Welcome, everybody, to tonight's episode of A Tales of TPK. It is episode 4, I believe. No? Maybe? Yes? It's Sarah that hasn't updated the name for today's thing. I
Yes,
can
I
see
have.
on Twitch. Have you? It just says the Aurora Skies. So no, you haven't.
Oh,
This isn't the Aurora Skies.
No, I know.
This is the Underbelly of Vale.
Close your eyes for a second and
Pay
it'll
no
be fixed
attention
in a
to the man
second.
behind the curtain.
I'm so sorry. Please don't hurt me.
You're not allowed to be sorry.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You were allowed
I'm
to
screwed.
die.
Yeah, okay. This is
It never said Aurora Skies. Look, it's correct. See?
Yes, nice. We join the group as they are about to take an extended long rest after having finished a mandatory mission, I think you can call it. The quest was basically do this or die from somebody, and they ended up getting themselves into a house with petrified people. Charles came out younger with some weird ass jar, and now when they went back and told this person what they had taken, he was like, cool, just don't lie to me, you fuckers, again, or I'll just not listen to you next time. So now what we do in the game is called an extended long rest, which is a week's worth of downtime where the characters get time to check for rumors, they get to work on any downtime activities, and in this case also to level up. We did this a bit, that we did the rolling off screen, but the rumors that we had was, if I can remember, as following. Charles got nothing, more or less, because Ben.
One.
Yeah.
We all rolled shit.
All except
Jan, who got
for yeah. So what Joshua had seen was that there had been an influx to the temples of people coming in like regularly and with the same ailments over and over again, and they paid well, and of course to make sure that not too much information was spread, which is it's a bit weird. Oscar had found out that there seemingly is some sort of turf war going on between, be it road skills or similar things, where there's a lot of people turning up dead and injured and are using the temples to recover. And the reason for this was apparently there had been some sort of mansion that had been ransacked, and there's not much more information than such that is known. And Violet was cruising through the taverns and trying to get her information. And I honestly can't remember what I told you. I'm trying to go through my brain and find out, but...
Yeah, I have it written down, so I'm gonna see what I wrote. Ta-ta-da. I wrote
Leave your
rumors
first-
about something happening in the sewers. On the
Yes.
south side of the slums, the sewers are built with more valuables, and fishermen are showing up at taverns with more money.
Not built, but filled.
Yeah. Filled,
So,
yeah.
so basically, there's a lot of valuables floating around in the sewers, and they have like sewer fishermen who go around poking the like big blocks of shit that float around, and they have apparently found more valuables and come up to the surface, quote unquote, and are now frequenting taverns more oftenly than before. Now, before we do enter this, no, we're gonna do this as we come out of it. So during this week's worth of downtime, then, because we do have to level up now, you don't have time to focus on really much else. There's no time to get your skills furthered or anything similar to that. So what is happening? Also, I think that you guys should have the ability to change this. So somebody, I think it's best with like not somebody that isn't Sarah.
Yeah.
Now this is the old names, but somebody of you three, one person, either say that yes or I'll pick them.
I'll volunteer.
Just keep track of the, and you don't need to have the other ones. It's just one thing that needs to be filled. Yes, Ben.
Real quick before we start, Sarah, I noticed it on your sheet. Make sure you guys go into features, and in your class, you have to click little thing in details and switch your level to 4. Because Sarah, you're still set to a level 3 rogue. So you guys have to update that to get your thing.
Yeah, I see it now.
Also, on stream, it also still has me listed as level 3 rogue.
We jump to the 14th of spring. It is a very rainy day. The northern winds have brought down heavy rains from the Acorn Sea, and it is so bad that you can see, barely as far as your hand is extended. And even though it is midday as we start, it is pitch black, more or less. Now, before we do get into it even further, there is an additional thing that we have to do, which is an echo in the ether. So, we leave the players gathering in the Lonely Darling and instead find ourselves here. The darkness is cut by an echoing scream in the distance. It is muffled, yet with there being no other sounds apart from the faint pooling of liquid, it can be heard as if next to you. The walls are black, spotted with green algae and other bacteria that thrives due to the humidity and all the revolting things floating in the water. Another scream pierces the darkness, and we move towards it. As we get closer, the veil of obscurity slightly lifted, revealing a spot of light in the distance. Half submerged in the water is a corpse, the upper body still intact, whilst that which has touched the water has been corroded. The shackles which are clamped around the wrists are the only thing keeping the corpse in place. The stench only grows worse with every step from here on. As we draw nearer to the light, we see how the small tunnel broadens into a room. Stepping into the light, we draw a deep breath that lack the vile odours we have breathed so far. The chamber we now stand in is large. 20 or so doors litter the walls of the dome. High above, hanging from iron chains, are several chandeliers, all with hundreds of lit candles that illuminate the room. In the centre, bound to a stretcher, a figure is thrashing to get out of the restraints. Above the bound figure stands a hooded man holding a large syringe. Shh, shh, calm now, boy. This will be the last one, I promise you. With gentle movements, the hooded man reaches down towards the stretcher, the 10-inch needle slowly nearing the abdomen. As it penetrates the brittle skin, the figure stops thrashing, beads of sweat appearing all over the body. When the needle is almost fully pushed down, the hooded figure starts injecting some liquid, and the screaming resumes with increased intensity. When all the liquid is in, the room falls silent. The hooded man steps back, watching the bound human with what seems to be gleeful joy. A long silence fills the room. Reawaken. The figure on the stretcher starts convulsing. Its limbs grow and retract several times in the span of seconds. Fangs shoot out and then fall off, only to do it again. All of the leather straps that had held the figure down break as the large black wings sprout out from the back, then turns into feathers and burst into flames. And the only sound to be heard is maniacal cackling. And that's where we leave off there and go back to the tavern.
This is so fucked up.
Hey, listen, man, don't judge people's kinks.
What? Yeah, it was a needle part for me. I was like, nope.
Yeah, this man was getting a rabies vaccine. 10-inch needle into the stomach. Like,
Wow. Very
Abdomen,
vivid scene.
not stomach.
oh yeah, abdomen, stomach, same difference.
So,
It's a huge
whilst
difference.
the week that has gone, you guys have seen each other usually for mornings and evenings, and there might have been some time where you've done something different. On the table in front of you, you see a small parchment being kind of pushed into the middle from Kinnan, and he kind of looks at you all. I went over to the fire and blazed and wrote down what they had up, and these are it. So I'll post it in as well, since we have it nicely written in Discord, but we can easily post it here too. I didn't really get time to check with what the letters meant, but I'm assuming the later letter, the easier it is, I'm guessing.
Judging by the amount paid, I think you're right.
Yes, you are. I've had to put up a few notices myself on a couple of trips. Nothing too crazy for, your average guarding or things like that. You might see things of DRC, major issues or hazards or things like that. You will probably see C and above. Those are the ones where there's real danger. The ones below are more or less just jobs that people with some experience handling, jobs or fights or things like that could do without worry, but any of the letters closer to the start of the alphabet, my boy, are the ones that we should likely steer away from.
What? You mean you don't think that we can take this one, the mining expedition?
I mean, quite possibly, but that's usually the issue. Much of these quests have an underlying danger, where the lower ones, we can see this is what will happen, this is the job. The reason those other jobs closer to the top are more difficult, there's a lot of unpredictability, so you need to be sure that you can be someone that can handle any situation or an instance that you may not have signed up for. So we very well might. We very well might be able to, but we very well may end up being another traveler on the side of the Iron Mountains or on a road with goblin arrows and black feathers sticking out of our backs.
But surely we should try and find some sort of work in town instead of going outside it. Surely the issues and the connections and what's ever happening should be localized here. The Iron Ring is far away, isn't it?
Not really. It's barely a day's walk.
Ugh.
Two.
Why?
But from
Three.
what I know about
Three.
the Iron Ring, it's a deadly place on the best of days.
Well,
60 silver per person seems pretty high, but
Precisely.
But what about the
Yes.
gala? I kind of liked it.
Well,
I don't
think
think
you
you're a good
might-
fit.
Sorry.
I don't think you're a good fit.
Why not?
Well,
If
it's
some
supposed to
lordling tells you that they don't like your hair, what are you most likely to do? Punch him in the face, right?
No. I
No?
can be civil.
He kind of stops and kind of
But
looks
can
at.
you be regal?
civil for the king,
Listen.
perhaps, his
Yeah.
betrothed, but
That's what I'm talking
Civil
about.
and etiquette, my dear, are two very different
Okay,
things.
okay,
I
okay.
had to wager on this one. How many high establishments events have you been to? Do you know the proper etiquette for greeting lords and ladies and people
Yeah.
of higher stature? Do you
Yeah.
know the proper dances that they would do at this gala
Oh,
that
yeah,
are
I
not
do.
for?
Mm.
we could
All right,
always
well,
teach
God
some.
needs to
Show
know
me.
how
And
to dance.
Charles kind of puts up his hands in like a standard, dance that he would have seen at some affluent event or something in the past. All right, well,
You want me to do
the
it
men
here?
lead. I want you to show me that you know how to follow.
Ugh,
Yes,
fine.
that shouldn't be an issue.
I want to make some bets first.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, go
how
ahead.
much are you willing to
If
bet?
if she knows it, Charles, what do you pay?
Ooh, what do I pay?
I get to punch
Well,
you in your
considering-
face.
So much about
sure.
punching.
Go ahead.
And if you don't, you're going to admit it publicly to everybody in here.
That
You suck.
Specifically,
no.
I suck and I would not fit in a gala.
What he
Verbatim.
says.
Okay, so if I win, I get to punch you in the face.
Yep.
No, how about the dick? Yeah, I'm gonna punch you in the dick.
I do believe that
Seems
we
a
had
bit
set
excessive.
terms for the face that everybody agreed upon.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Face, please.
Big asked for the other one.
I mean, he's not gonna father any children. Am I right? He's so old.
Well, any of
Pain
them
will
I
still
know.
be gruesome.
So he puts his hands up there.
Alright. Yeah, I stand up and try my best.
Yeah.
The Ballora Boogie.
With there being no music, it's hard to find the right talent to it all.
Charles would go. I'm assuming it'd be like a waltz. He would go 1, 2, 3, 1. So he would do the counting aloud.
Mhm.
Oscar would probably join that by banging the beat either on the table or with cutlery or something.
Takes his quarterstaff
Just
and
a rough
just
beat.
Joshua would just sit and look and like just take in the
There
whole
is
scene.
no problems following your steps when she dances with you.
Color me surprised.
Ooh. All right. The
Madame.
question is though. The question is actually which dance would it be? Would it be a local?
I mean,
God.
your
What do they
dance
call
is
them,
probably
Bill?
quite old because you haven't been invited formally to anything in the past few years. So it's been some time, and you notice, like, but even then, the waltz, so to say, is an older dance that's going to stay the same. But you have no idea if this is the type of dance that they still do. But she knows what you're doing very well.
Okay.
I feel like there is a story behind
Color me
that.
Please.
surprised, my dear. Which cheek would you like, left or right?
The question
I'm a man
is,
of my word.
okay. Just right in the
In the nose.
Yep.
Does she need to make an attack roll?
No. You take 5 points of damage.
Oh, all right. So I was gonna
Not
say I
just-
do have that reaction, so I
Also-
wanted to
She's
see
not
if
just
that
a
actually
dancer,
connects
she's also a
properly.
fighter.
That's why I'm saying that, this would be amazing because I would fit perfectly. Question is if anybody else would fit perfectly.
Oh,
Sort of
Well-
chuckle a bit slightly, like.
I think, seeing that it says preferred with those with magical capabilities,
Oh, it does?
that would mean Joshua.
Yeah.
And you, Kinnan.
No,
No,
in
probably-
case that... I also realise now that might be a bad place for us, or at least for me. They don't know any of you. We're meant to be dead, aren't we?
Aye. But
yeah.
faceless courtesans don't really
No, but
stick in the minds of the
if I were
nobles.
to remember you, I did end up dying because I robbed a very rich person's house.
True, they may be present, you're right.
Joshua, don't just accept fate as it's been handed to you and be my date. It's gonna be fun. Trust me, it's gonna be
Well,
super fun.
I offer some thoughts.
Sure.
One, I don't think a guard is going to be doing much dancing.
No.
Second, considering this is going to be an affair around higher up individuals,
Mm.
I'd recommend we use this opportunity to scout out the venue, perhaps find out about people with too much money on their hands.
Yes, information gathering. Yes, setting up a scene or a scoop or a job, as it were.
Why is the old
I-
man holding up his hand?
I think
Yeah.
he was.
that was me not wanting to butt in. You said we had to ask you on one of the things if we wanted to include a detail for the world, so I kind of wanted to ask you, would some of these galas be like masked galas? Because in my head, I'm assuming a lot of these richer folk might have mistresses or other people that they would be taking out, and a lot of these events might have like
You have
masks that
definitely
people don't know.
been
So
present at some of them that are, yes, but that
okay,
does not
I just wanted to clarify
Yeah,
that
no,
in some of the
it's
Outwiki galas that there are like masked ones.
definitely very sneaky, like that. I don't even know what to call that, but like the only thing that gets up in my mind is like the dystopian, always the rich people walking around with not showing their faces and whatnot. So,
Yeah, that's okay. Second question I have for you is the name of the gala on the form,
Nope.
and would I okay.
If we were rich, we would probably know what gala was coming up, but since we're not in the know, yeah.
So what you probably gathered when you were down and talking to Sylvia and such is that they give very bare bones information on the missions, simply so that you don't choose with bias and such, but choose what you think you could do based off of the bare minimum information.
Yeah.
Because you only need that to know if you can do the job. And then, if you find out that
Proven.
Well, I think it's a pretty good, maybe not a job, but an opportunity to find out more and learn about the different names. Just being in the room and just listening.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
definitely. Yeah, that would be And I mean, it would be nice to escort you to this place and let you have some fun.
Well, likewise, likewise.
This name on the notice right here, Lisa Viscon Vichon, I have no idea how that's pronounced. Do any of us know that name?
Do we?
I don't know, do we?
Oh, I do.
And roll me a history.
Who?
Everyone.
Okay.
History.
Bad with the names.
Yeah! I know exactly who it is.
Nope.
Yes, I do.
No,
I have no idea.
Not who it is. None of you have heard of Lisa Visson.
So,
But if you two are going off doing this, then what should we others be doing?
You wanna come?
Says two people.
Oh, just
Well.
because it means that you guys won't get paid doesn't mean that you can't crash the party, right?
Yes,
I'd
it
rather
does.
not.
Okay, fine.
I'd rather not anger any nobles in our current state.
If I may, depending on information that we gather, I've been, practicing a little bit on... Is this right after last session, or has time passed?
7 days has passed.
7 days has passed.
So we are healed up and all
I've
that?
been...
You will be healed up, yes, because the roll I did was favorable.
Yay. Can we fix that now, or should we wait?
Okay.
You can fix it now.
I've
Go ahead,
been practicing on some of the, magics that I've been able to do, the light thing, and some feel unique to the genie, and you see this little bit of dust swirl come out of the lamp and surround Charles, and as it fades, you see him looking exactly like Oscar, with the same clothes and face and things like that.
Just dead stare, or dead, looking at the two, trying to find differences or flaws.
How tall is Charles?
How tall is Charles? It's a very good
does he
question.
get to be higher up or not?
I think that's in my backstory, but
does the
probably
spell
not super
alter
tall,
that or not?
No, it's within a couple of inches.
Okay.
I would say, because I remember the river folk was shorter, so I would say probably 5'6", 5'5".
Oscar
I guess we're
6'2".
I assume we're
6'2".
sitting. Yeah.
So, all right, yeah, we're so you see him grow a little bit, but not quite as tall, but looking similar. Well,
Isn't like a
depending on how things go, invites aren't the most terribly difficult things to forge, so
But the
I may
voice,
very well
so
be able
wrong
to
seeing
slip.
your voice come out of my face.
it is a bit disconcerting. But if you can't do the voice, then I think most people would know they are a stranger, right? If invitations are usually just a formality,
Well,
the letter would just
hold
say
on.
this person. Yes, Charles.
Can I make a check to see if I can imitate his voice a little bit? 18 charisma. Make a performance check here.
Charisma doesn't just matter to make
Deception.
No, I mean,
If you have a spell for it, sure, but
There's
it
an
takes
actor
Does
sheet,
disguise self
Yes,
do
it takes-
voices?
No,
Or
disguise
no?
self does not do voices. It takes practice to make sound like somebody.
Yeah.
You can always, just
Well, you
make
seem-
it close.
Okay, it is 1 foot taller or shorter, so I
Okay.
can in fact get to Oscar's height.
nice.
Yeah, but you only look that tall.
Yeah,
You aren't actually that tall. So
Yeah.
someone
Whoosh!
tries
Like,
to
oh,
tap
well.
your head, it's gonna
Yeah.
just flop.
It's extra AC because you can't get it on the head. But perhaps if some of these high nobles, they're pretty arrogant. They barely talk to the staff as it is. So if you want to get in, you show up and they know who you are, and you just don't even say anything, and the voice wouldn't necessarily be a problem. And just start thinking and looking into there, like, oh, this could be used in so many ways.
I'll be completely candid with all of you. The gallows, at times like these, there, as we know, are a lot of rich people going around, and a lot of them like to flaunt wealth and things like that. So depending on what we know, it would seem plausible that, and you see whoosh, the dust comes up again, and now he looks like Joshua. That I could go in and out unnoticed.
So I put my hand and want to touch the face to see if it's the same.
It
Just
feels
feel, yeah.
different than what it is.
Look at my hand,
I had an idea.
It's weird.
If Charles, with that whole trick, applies for the job, looking as one of the other of us, he can then, at the party, sneak the person he looks like into the party, change his appearance a second time to look like one of the guests. The person he was imitating takes the provided uniform, I think I read on the notice, replaces him as the guard while Charles is free to roam the party.
But he just
How are
would
you
need
even
to
going
afford
to
to
have
invite
somebody
them.
walk away from who they're protecting? And how are you even going to
Yeah.
sneak somebody in onto the premise without knowing where it is?
Aye.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
And
all
what
this
I'm
is point,
assuming
planning
really?
the
is just giving
employer
me
might let
headaches.
us know the location before the night of.
Oh my
Even then,
God.
listen, again. I have done this already. You don't go from nothing to robbing the creme de la creme. You get
My boy, but that is where you have yet.
Oh my God.
really
just let me
see-
get an address.
I will let you get an address. You'll go to the gala.
Look at
Ambition
yourself.
is the fuel for success, my boy.
Like,
Success comes to those who
if
seize
you
it
anger
as
the wrong person with
opportunity.
money, they will hunt you down.
Yes, well, I'm looking like one of the other guests.
And
As
you're
long as you
using
do-
magic which they can track.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Not always.
They
Yes,
might.
almost always.
Fair enough. Rich people do.
They must have something to prevent it. Yes, that's true. Perhaps.
As I've already said, every single casting of spell has a specific signature tied into a specific person. Meaning that
Well-
if they have a good enough wizard to find out who is doing it, they will be able to find you.
Well, perhaps.
Would they be able to
but
find Charles considering
the
his-
magic does not come from
genius.
me, though. The feels
Aye.
as though the genie is performing the magic. So would it trace to me, or would it trace to the genie? In which
I'm
case,
not that good of a thing. I can't tell you. I'm just telling you that you're casting magic through whatever it is that you've been given magic, just like Joshua's casting magic through whatever goddess is giving him magic, and it has a signature. It's like when you're writing with your hand, it has a specific way. if you were writing twice, they would look the same.
And it wouldn't be totally out of the realm of possibility that one of these wizards may be there. Not as an official source, obviously, just joining the entertainment.
No, they would certainly have mages. The question is whether those mages would be there as guests, whether they would be there as guards, hired.
What's going on? Why
are we
even
talking about getting
about
money?
This? Yeah.
I have a good compromise. How about we still go here, but we don't do anything stupid there. We find a mark, and then we actually do the work this time. If we find a good mark, we do the research, we set up a good place to do a con, and then we do it. One that fits the mark just as we should, because we're thieves. And dare I say, I think we might be good ones too. I mean, he's saying this, there are, like, tones in here as well.
Planning.
All right.
Way too erratic.
That's a compromise I can consider. You do have your own set of things, and perhaps it would be easier than wandering around trying to find a mark or a good inside.
Joshua,
I was
you and
hoping. You are right. It was going to be a little more elaborate, of heading to the kitchens and imitating one of the head chefs and tossing around and making my way through the back house away from the guests and the mages to find something. But acquiring a particular mark would be safer, and it's a little more of a guarantee. So,
and
that's amiable.
Because if this person has a guard, then I would assume everyone has guards, and if they're also asking for magical abilities, then one mistake would probably end you up surrounded by 20 or 30 willing sort of sellswords, and that's a bad situation to be in.
If you find somebody that is particularly intoxicated, and then you could let us know when they're leaving, and the three of us that aren't there could snatch them up on the way home.
How would you let us know, though?
We could probably ask for a bathroom break. One person leaves and the other stays. I mean,
no, I'm thinking even simpler than that.
It's called cat
we
calls.
We can probably procure the sending spell. Wouldn't cost too much, perhaps.
Oh,
it's true.
Yeah, I know how to do that.
No, that's why we need Joshua.
Yeah, that's why we already settled on that. Oh, whatever.
I think it could be done. Yes. Yeah, I think it works well.
But then we're gonna need the money to procure the spell as well, if we want to go down that route, or we can just stick around the entrance, I guess.
We should probably get the spell, I would say. I think I may. It is a cleric spell, no? Or is it message? I think, message is cleric. But isn't it a material component?
Bard, cleric, and wizard. Yes, it's VSM, but it's no cost. But you would have to get the scroll, the spell scroll, which would be the costly part, because it's a third level spell. But it's not a spell that's too expensive because of limited uses.
Well, maybe we should see if we can get the employment. This is a lot of preparation and a lot of talk. We haven't even been formally hired.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like the whole time. What if everybody stopped planning everything? Then
she's the one that's going over there. Look at her. She's gonna lose her mind. We're gonna lose the money.
Me?
Yes.
Why?
Oh, I have a great idea. I think we should practice us throwing insults at Violet and her not saying anything back.
Okay, yeah, come on. I'm ready.
An orthodox method, but it might work.
You're denser than a pound cake.
Your nose is crooked.
So, we lean over to Violet, I believe that's something. You said something that's a failure.
Oh.
Your arms are so weak they'd break off like a small twig.
Your mother was a hamster and your grandfather smelt of elderberries.
That's a good one, actually. I like that one.
Good quote, Jan. Good quote.
And if you should feel the need to say something, you can always say something else but mean something else entirely. Like, yes, my lord. And you haven't said anything improper. You
Or
haven't
like,
given
I
me the title.
really like you. You have such an amazing personality, Charles.
Yes, my
That-
lord Ornod. It's better to
Yes.
keep your mouth
Yes.
shut and have them assume you're stupid than
Yes.
to open it and confirm it.
The prince would never fall for you because of, and he just like shows like his hand to your face.
You look like you fell out the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down.
You guys have not seen me in a dress yet. I'm going to seduce him with my two best personalities.
Your breasts are asymmetrical. They're pointing different ways.
They're not. Seriously.
People who are enter that.
Okay, I must. But you're actually doing quite a good job.
Thank you.
I am impressed, I will admit.
Me too.
Oh,
That's enough.
you do well.
Joe, I had one more that was a good one.
Perhaps we will do some more training. Maybe it'll be a couple of days and we can prepare. But perhaps we should go over there and secure our contract.
Stands up.
Follow suit. Like
Where are you going?
Yeah, I'm wondering that too.
Yeah, sit down, sir. Come on,
he was
Joshua.
he was just very enthusiastic. Let's go.
I hold out my hand to Joshua and escort
Milady?
him outside. Milord.
You're doing better already.
You leave the Lonely Darling out into the pouring rain. And nothing to to protect themselves from it.
You do have a spell against this, right? What kind of lord are you?
Well, I'm not really a lord.
Well, I'm not.
Well, then the rain shouldn't bother us now, should it? And just start striding.
Fine. Yeah, me too.
How expensive would an umbrella be?
I don't think they had a lot of umbrellas.
Prestidigitation.
Just dry off all the time.
Umbrellas aren't expensive. They've existed for centuries.
No,
Come
but
on.
to make them back in the day it's very finesse work and
It's
like
called
it's like a
yeah.
sail, like, you know.
It's called just a wooden board. You just.
It's not an umbrella though.
Yes, it is.
I'll just bring the entire roof with me. It's an option, but yeah. Tim, you're muted. Or maybe you're supposed to be, yeah.
Yes, I'm just wondering why the rain sounds isn't really working.
He's
I'm
wondering
hearing
why we were so stupid.
Is it not looping, I think? Because I hear it when you click, I think.
Let's see. Can you hear this?
Nuh-uh.
Nah. So this isn't working either.
Just turn on the shower and go into the bathroom and we
Yeah.
can
Is this working?
some Foley work.
This is working.
Yeah.
But this is...
Now it's the weather's... Or the horse, yeah.
Yeah, but now we have a problem because now when I click stop, it's not stopping.
Oh.
Okay, so we're gonna have
I
to...
can't hear anything at all, but okay.
Ah, the lovely parts of shit not working.
Damn, I want a refund on my.
Someone's wandering around in the rain with a organ. That's very peculiar.
Do you like pina coladas?
This is working though, right?
Stand out in the rain.
Just checking.
Do you like making?
So the thing is not working. Okay, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. But I guess...
Because we are
Oh.
hearing two.
I hear footsteps.
if I do this now, you hear nothing from Discord, right?
Yeah.
No,
Do you hear
is that?
things in Foundry?
Nope.
I need to raise the volume, possibly.
Yeah,
to
you may have
fix
lowered the
Foundry.
things in Foundry. Make sure you have it...
No, I have everything maxed and I hear nothing.
Yeah, same here.
If you update, if you refresh once, those that
That's
can hear
fine now.
things.
Sure.
Oh,
Also, was that the Avenger from the Avengers?
No.
It sounded like the music when he throws Gamora
Oh,
off the
it
cliff.
would no.
Sound like a vampire scene. Or like a spooky
Can
castle.
you still hear things now?
I'm reloading and I'm
The
almost
sound.
there.
Yeah.
refreshing
Music.
here.
Yeah.
I don't have anything after refreshing.
Have you refreshed, Sarah?
No. I'm doing it now.
We'll
I
be
can see
right
that.
back after the short technical break. And now, word from our sponsor.
Yeah, I think that was the
Hi,
one thing.
have you heard about Geekier Nights, an amateur community of D&D enthusiasts who come together? They have multiple
you can hear
shows,
music.
multiple nights a week. Come
Now
and join.
it's quiet.
Like
They
people
also have a lively Discord
quiet.
server.
You don't hear people talking now.
Well, Ben.
I hear it in
Who
the
can currently
foundry.
hear things in Foundry?
Nada.
Okay, Jun, if you go to the sound, if you check global volume controls,
Global volume controls are all maxed.
Same
What
here.
Are they
about
all
the
the way-
ambience controls?
Are they all the way to the left or all the way to the right?
All the way to the right.
And it doesn't say anything currently playing underneath?
No.
Okay. Yeah, there was a little slider bar there for me.
Yeah. So I
Alright,
see the currently
Have
playing
that
thing.
tab open and then refresh, and then it'll refresh with that tab, I think.
Is everyone else using
Then I have-
Chrome?
Oh,
And me
no,
and
now
Tim are
it's
using
weird.
Firefox?
I'm Firefox.
Okay, and it wasn't that. Yeah, because I'm using Firefox and Tim is
I
also,
think
so I thought I kept
Chrome is the problem,
so close.
which I've said before. Like
Yeah.
Chrome is generally a problem with. But okay, so now you two can't. Okay, I'm gonna test now. Here, do we hear
Yes.
Yep.
like a
Hearing
raven?
test.
You hear the raven?
Yeah.
Yep.
In my right
Yep.
ear. Now there's going to be sound on my left ear, and
And now
Oh, now in my left ear.
There's a cow in here.
Oh, cow.
Oh,
yeah,
there's a
hear
cow.
that.
okay, so
Poor street.
Yeah,
That was just
Hey,
silent
cow.
talking, though.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, let's see. Okay, this doesn't have anything. Let's see, where the fuck is the thunder? We hear that?
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's
We hear
raining.
that, and then
Poor all.
you hear this?
Yes.
No.
Jung? You hear the water?
Here we go. Oh, I hear it.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Quiet,
hear the.
yeah.
It is quiet. You can raise that though.
Okay.
Okay.
I can change the volume and the global volume controls on that.
No,
actually.
that is me. I think.
No, never mind. It's interface, not playlist or ambient.
Yeah, it's interface for some reason.
Okay. Well,
Hans.
now that's done. So,
Cool.
you move as the rain is falling heavily down on the cobblestones and the roofs, and you're trying to hurry as much as you can to the point where you're almost slipping on the wet cobblestones. Now, as you get to the fire emblazed, there is not a single person currently on the outside, but the doors are slightly ajar, and you can see the warm light from inside.
I shove my way past Joshua and then hold open the door and just
But usually it's ladies first, but for this occasion, of course, milady. When I go first, and then I
I'm
hold
a
the door
man.
from the inside. Just to practice it, like, like being overly courteous.
Okay. You step inside to see maybe a dozen or so people sitting around in the lobby. Still, the massive fake fire in the middle, which we have had our dear Violet besting a time prior to this. Some of them you saw before when coming in here, and you have seen, like, as you probably have been here over the week as well, just kind of checking things out. You do not see Sylvia, nor do you see the short man which attacked Violet the last time. The clerk is currently sitting behind their desk and kind of looking up to see you coming in drenched, and she kind of just swirls her finger, and you feel most of the wetness of yourselves and clothes just out of your bodies.
that is practical.
Ma-
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
It is to make sure that you don't.
Stay in the room. Yes, of course. Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
makes sense.
Apologies for the drips you already got in, of course.
So, what can I do for you?
We want to take up the quest on the
The bounty board.
yeah the bodyguard assignment.
There's currently 2, I think. Well, technically, no, I guess. So, bodyguard, specifically the one for Lysa.
Yes.
Aye.
Now, this is specific one, because we can't agree to give this to you. We can send you to her, and then she can deem you worthy or not.
Aye.
Makes sense.
An interview of some kind.
Yes.
Aye.
So, let's see. They kind of go down and open a small book. There's currently another 8 or so people that has been asked for this, and let's see. Any particular time that you cannot meet Lysa?
I sort of look to Violet like, I don't think so. We are very flexible.
Okay.
Yes, we're extremely flexible and willing to work.
Good. Then you can go there now.
Good.
Aye.
Thank you.
Can we get directions, please?
Yes. If you go down south through Ep.4 and over the main bridge, and then into south of the Ebony Castle, there will be a certain set of large buildings, and there you will find Lisa Visson's house at Ruby Street 18.
Ruby Street 18. Gotcha.
Great. I'll look around the room and just see if there is like a tray or something that I can just use as a umbrella.
Or you can probably steal a tray if you want.
No, I look to the lady behind the desk and just, is it okay if I borrow a tray or something just to...
No.
Okay. Cool.
Are you certain that you do not want to sign up to become full-fledged members of the Fire and Blades to earn more money?
Well, still
Would
been
you like
thinking
to
about
sign
it.
up for our loyalty reward program? Members earn points on every purchase they make.
I don't know. Do we, Violet? We haven't really discussed with the rest of the group.
Oh yeah, because they matter.
Well,
And note that
Help
there
us
are
up.
probably like 5 to 10 adventure guilds. Perhaps not as big as the Fire and Blaze, but there are still others out
Yeah.
there as well.
well,
we're
we'll.
gonna discuss it on the way
Yeah, we'll-
over. Yeah.
Aye.
He nods. You turn and
Yeah.
leave the warmth and the dryness for the wet weather outside. And it's so wet that when you're moving through the Emir ward and like certain places where the sewers have been more or less filled, you see rats kind of scampering up out of the sewer gates because it's too much down there, and sticking around along the sides of the houses. Yes, Ben.
Are the three of us still at Fire and Blaze, and the two of them just
No,
headed
you
out?
three never went there.
Lonely
You're
Dark.
still at the Lonely Dark.
Lonely Dart and Fire and Blaze is where all the Bolton stuff
Yes.
was. Okay.
So as you go down through the, we need a word for that bridge, but as you pass the main bridge, the smaller stalls that usually are there are currently not there. There might be one person there to try and sell his things. There's no annoying town crier of ring dicky dicky ding. And as you you see probably 60 or so masts west of the bridge, all stuck here now because of the weather and not able to leave, as the river, even though it's going from east to west most of the time, it's just too unstable at the moment. You make your way down to where the wealthier parts of the city is, down underneath the Ebony Castle, and then finding your way into one of these luxurious, like what you call them, where there's several, several apartments and buildings built around one, like, big lawn complexes. Is that really the word?
Nice complex.
Because it's like, it's
Courtyard?
Atrium.
atrium.
Atrium is the place between all the buildings.
Okay, that's I guess complexes.
Not sure if there's a
No,
name for the whole complex.
we
though.
just call them gård, like gårdar here in
Yeah, like a
in Sweden.
compound, basically.
Yeah, compound more or less. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you do find Ruby Street 18, which is, I mean, looking at what you have passed, it's not that fancy, but it's still like, shit, this is money. Because, like, even between the houses here, it's so spacious. There's statues and trees. There's small fountains and flowers, and probably people work just to take care of these people's walking paths, and that's a job because money.
Yeah.
There is a knocker on the door. Nobody's seen me on the outside.
Just like a bit before we get there, like when we're on the street, I sort of like say, Violet, I have to say I've been thinking about it for a while during the past week, and I think the rest of the group and even I have underestimated you for quite a while. I saw what you did when we were in the manor, and how you comforted John when he was at his worst. Oscar at his worst. And I'm not going to tell you or warn you or prepare you for what we have had. I think you will do just fine. And I just keep on walking.
Actually, I do have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Like, why did you come here of all places?
It's a long story, but I didn't feel I belonged in Ballora anymore.
Yeah.
That's where my past is. Most of my family are still there, but I left that behind.
Can I ask why?
You may ask. It's a long story, but I made a lot of mistakes there. And I'm not ready to fix them or face them.
You're
not
not
yet.
ready to punch them. I get it.
So it's like a sort of sad, like, that's not how I would put it, but yes. And you, why have you fallen into this place, to Vale?
Well, I'm here for the money and I'm here for the crown.
Yeah, but there are many, many towns and many places to go. Why did you pick Vale specifically?
Because there's a king here, ready to be seduced.
So I guess there's not that many unwed kings in a lot of places.
Exactly.
Well.
Exactly. And I mean, yeah, I'm an opportunist. So
Well, I'm holding my fingers crossed.
Thank you.
I like it.
I think that actually going to this banquet is gonna, I think it might help.
Won't hurt your chances, I'm sure.
I don't think so either. So do you have some sort of beloved back home?
So like look up and like, no. No.
Alright. That's fine. We'll find you one. If you want one. I mean, you don't have to have one. Nobody has to.
That would be nice.
Violet and Joshua. Ministry.
K-I-S.
TPK.
Quickly cuts as you guys open the metal gate up to the stairs into the building, and pan back over to the Lonely Darling as you three finish the food. Kinnan kind of looks extremely bored and, jittery as many youths are. Kind of just slaps his hand on the table. So, what are we gonna do then? Waiting, doing this, doing nothing?
Well, it says it'll be gone for 2 nights, and there's something here about gathering some herbs, which seems, spend a night there, so we could possibly do that and get back the same time they finish. They could tell us any marker, core perhaps they found, and we can go from there.
I think that's a great idea. I was actually going to suggest the same. That's amazing. Should we go and talk to them then?
Don't see why not.
Great.
Yeah.
Let's go. He kind of stands up and very, energetic of not sitting around. And as he's moving, you can kind of see him snapping his finger and casting some spells as he's just moving to probably keep his mind occupied. And opens the door and just thunder. And he's like, fuck, I forgot the weather's shite. Steps out and just starts moving.
What's got you all peppy?
I don't know. It feels like we're moving from shit to better.
From rags to riches. Slowly. But
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I was kind of. I think it was. Don't tell her, but I think it was quite big of Violet to be able to tone herself down. I was impressed. So, I don't know. I got a feeling that I would want to perhaps, one day actually control the magic in a way. And I just got a bit energetic about it and thinking about ways to control it and not, hurt people the way I did without meaning it.
you might tell her that. I think she'd appreciate it.
Oh,
more than
absolutely
like that
not.
on. Oh, come on now.
Absolutely not.
Why?
If I tell her that, she is never going to let me forget that I said something good about her for years to come. Do you think I would want to live with that?
How is that a bad thing?
Because it's annoying, that's what.
I think you have some issues you need to work out, man.
At least I don't look like a wet cat. And he walks off. Just a little bit quicker.
Oscar's hair is braided. He looks
Yes.
fine.
He has a crush on Violet.
Yeah.
So, as you get to the fire and blazed, and you get inside, the water's wiped off of you, and the woman looks at you. It's a bit... Weren't your friends here a moment ago?
I believe
The
so,
ones
aye.
that you took a job last week together with?
Aye.
The woman with pink hair or whatnot.
Aye.
That also almost destroyed the interior.
Aye.
So,
That
what can I do
was,
for you?
We were looking to inquire about the herb picking job.
Ah, right. See. Yes, it's listed here as a D tier.
Aye.
The Witch's Thicket can be a bit weird at times. I just want to say this. I don't want to scare you off. Of course, you're going to get to pick this wherever you want, but according to legend, there was a lot of witches that were burnt and killed, and their evil seeped out into the woods or something, and then sometimes things spring up, and yeah. So there's been a few times where we have had quite severe injuries that weren't thought of to happen, and it's possible, very slimly so, but I just wanted to tell you that it is. If you still want it, then I can sign you up as 3, I'm assuming. The person was looking for a group that knew each other, preferably from the start, so that would be good.
What do we think?
Well, I'm up for it. I think that between the three of us, we can handle ourselves. And besides, we've got a genie now. I kind of I want to take a little bit of a crack at things that maybe it could do, but give us some time to talk more about that Kage, and maybe practice some of the magic with you as well, Kinnan. I see it as a good opportunity for some strong male companionship bonding, wouldn't you say?
I was going to suggest quite the same thing, actually.
I mean, I'm up for it. I just need to not sit on my arse anymore. I've been thinking too much about...
Well, then I guess we're agreed. I think we're taking the job.
All right, then. And I think that if you were to move northward in the Emir Wood, just by the edge of the northern gate, there should be a small market, and you'll find said person's house on the edge, on give street name. It is
Okay, I think we can find that.
second floor, building number 8, I believe.
Second floor, building 8. Thank you.
Good, I'll sign you up, and then whenever you're done, you just come back to collect payment.
Will do. Thank you very much.
And you leave out through the door, and we cut back over to the two standing outside the door. And as you knock on the I forgot what it was called. What's the thing called? The knocky thing?
Knocker?
No.
Door
there's
knocker.
no- Is it really called a door knocker? There's another
Yeah.
word for it, isn't it?
I mean, I
knocker.
call it door knocker.
Sure, door knocker. It's just a slight thud that is muffled by the rain, and the door first kind of opens a little bit, and you're looking eye level. You're expecting to see somebody of your own height, but you just see like some stuffy hair and two very big green eyes looking out for you, and just a gleeful smile, like, "You're very wet."
Sort of another.
Yes.
Hi. Good evening.
We are. Good evening.
It's morning.
Oh,
Considering how dark it is and how wet I am, you could almost be surprised to say it feels like it's night.
You hear from the inside a voice calling for the kid, and then the kid just, "Oh, I have to go now." Close the door.
Yeah.
oh,
Sort of like looks like sure adult people be here.
A moment later, the door opens, and you see a man in his mid-30s, kind of short-shaved beard and very thin face with kind brown eyes. Looks at you.
Yeah. Do like a
hello.
bow. Do like a bow and like good evening.
good evening. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Just-
I believe it is afternoon.
oh. Good
But-
something, anyway.
Thank you. I was told that you are here for
Yes.
the escort of Lysa.
Just nod.
Yes.
She will be down with you, and he kind of steps away and lets you in. And it's a very simple building. It's not the big fancy woohoo, but it's small, narrow, high-end roof, and very, very homely. It's a lot of things that you probably don't think you would find in a noble's house. There's small dolls kind of sticking out from underneath many of the chairs. Nothing is pristine. That there's just this. You can see it's being used, this home, and loved very much. The man kind of steps in. I am Aaron, her brother, and also the babysitter now. That's not my place to say. So I will be going. Sorry,
No,
I
sorry.
need to. And he kind of runs away, and you're left standing there awkwardly in the hall.
Yeah. Just like stand still, like yeah. Practice
Yeah.
help, like the help, just waiting for instructions. Like, yep, we're just gonna stand there and wait.
Yeah. You stand there for like 2-3 minutes, and then you hear feet from the upstairs, and kind of turning the corner, you see a beautiful woman coming down in like barefoot with a like just pants, very tight leather vests, and looking like a total tomboy, more or less, that just comes down, and you see like sweat beads in her hair. I am very sorry, but hi. Kind of walks down and takes her hands, and
Sort of
Lysa,
shaking. Like,
Violet?
Joshua.
good to meet you. And you are here for, and she kind of starts walking. follow me. And she walks
you
into like
sure?
a kitchen area.
Follow behind. Yeah.
I look down at the.
Yes, I am entirely sure.
Okay.
So I need, for the appearance's sake, people with me on a gala. Now, she kind of takes a good look on both of you.
Mhm.
Neither of you are too ugly, but not too cute either for people to be staring. Good. Have you formerly been to one?
I think I've been like. I think Joshua has been to a few like finer events, but probably not in that higher like a circuit essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so-
don't know. What do you think, Tim?
I think that your parents would have been teaching you, and you
Yeah.
probably, in especially younger years when you still adored them,
Yes.
you would have,
Oh,
tried and learned from
yeah.
them, but later, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, milady, I have not been at anything
Not
grand
here,
as this.
Not here. Here, I am only Lysa.
Well, as I have not been to anything as prestigious as this. Only more common festive events, of course, but nothing like this.
Okay. And, she kind of looks you over. You do seem to have some martial expertise.
Yes. I am quite a skilled bounty hunter, and this fellow over here is quite adept with magical and arcane.
Just nod when she says she's good at skill, and then when she like nod like talks a bit, just like so. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Could you perhaps show me something?
Yes,
Of course.
She looks to Joshua, not
Oh, okay. Yeah.
to
Yeah,
Violet.
because at first I look at
yeah.
Joshua and I'm like,
Yeah.
kind of like, are you ready?
Yeah. As I do the first the light cantrip to show.
Yep.
I could also cast something else if you wish.
Well, I know that those lower types of magics are able to be cast continuously throughout the day, but I'm just wondering how adept you are at more complicated magic.
Aye. May I? I sort of like approach slowly.
Use me. That's fine.
Aye.
I
Yes.
would prefer you
It's
to
okay, yeah.
use your friend.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's okay.
And I cast enhance ability. Dex. I think probably strength, because it'll probably like show more like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also better grapple.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
She kind of nods like, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And if I were to take you to the gala, there would be absolutely no talking.
Not a problem.
And if you are talked to, then you are meant to answer back. But only then. And there will be some themes which might not be for the weak-stomached person. How are you with blood?
Blood is in my daily dinner.
I-
That sounded very strange. Joshua, can you perhaps just beef me down a little bit? It's a little bit distracting. I'm sorry.
Can I?
Yes, you can.
Oh yeah, it's cool. Yeah. It's sort of like
Oh, good. Okay.
cold as well.
Yeah.
And I have seen blood and helped those who are wounded, so I am used to it as well.
And with nudity and similar things, how are you to keep your facade?
I think you probably see like Joshua blush slightly. Like, shouldn't be a problem.
It's not a problem at all. Everybody's naked underneath clothes, so it's fine.
Very profound, Sarah.
Shut up, Charles! You're not there!
What I would expect you to do as my bodyguards is simply to be by my side, always one step behind, and to protect me should anything come to harm unless I have invited it, mainly on the streets, moving to and from the gala. But once there, will be expected to stay there for the 2 days. You will be provided with food and similar things, and you will also be needed to be blindfolded for a short period of time as well.
All right.
Nods.
Yeah.
Good. Could you just tell me a little bit about what you've done? And this isn't something that we have to do in RP because we have the two parties now doing things. So you tell a little bit about what you've done and such, and she ends up... you could just give me a roll of charisma, please.
Who?
0 for 1.
Everybody?
Both.
Or
Okay, well, yeah.
we can do it, Simon.
Charisma.
Ability check, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Not great.
I'm so much better.
We're just soaking wet, like, yeah, you don't look that great.
Okay. With some persuasion, she is accepting your wishes to be her bodyguards.
Yay.
And she asks for a place where you stay, and then you will be gathered here for the coming Friday. So on the 19th of spring is when it will go down, and you'll be picked up early morning, and then you'll
Going to the
be
6th dungeon. Yep.
left back at Sunday morning, probably.
Okay.
Okay. Back over to the Three Stooges walking north in Emir Ward.
I was gonna say, when you were talking about the gala and we were sitting at the tavern, I was gonna be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be like rich people fight clubs.
Blood and nudity and getting blindfolded, that's...
Yeah.
A lot of blood.
First rule.
You
Naked, brawling, oiled men fighting.
you find
Perfect
the
player, that's one.
building that you are looking for and can see the staircase in between the two houses that leads up, and then you find the right room number. Who is knocking?
Charles, I think you're the best spoken among us.
Okay.
Good. Yes, sir. sorry, just a moment. The door opens and there's like this just puff of smoke that comes out and hits you. And Charles, could you just roll me a perception? Nice. The smell is something that is stuck with you since childhood. This is oca leaves, which are the tributaries' way of getting very stoned. So it's specifically leaves that are found in the Onijaga jungle.
As the smoke comes out, Charles just... yes, hello. We're here to answer the flyer about the witch's thicket.
You see an old man kind of scramble out, kind of squinting a little bit at you. I wasn't expecting anybody now, but come in, just wait. And he kind of like twists his hand a little bit, and all the smoke on the inside just out into the air.
It's been a while since I've had Oka. I was almost hoping that you'd keep the house. Anyway, there's you. Come in.
He actually, like, as you say that, like, quickly turns around and, like, from his arm of his sleeve, pulls out a pipe and, like, extends it towards you. Go ahead, take a whiff or two. And, like, as you take it, you see, like, usually, you know, there's no smoke in it, but it's you take as you draw in, it immediately lights itself ablaze, and then yeah. So
it's been a while since I've had fresh oka.
this old man you see equally as leathery as Charles. You see the olive tanned skin and bit longer fingers than normally, and his hair is just completely white. Big mustache, long, but perhaps to underneath his neck in beard, wearing a tan large robe, and the room itself is filled with what looks to be like pickled herbs. So there's a lot of jars with some sort of liquid and then herbs in them in either singular colors or multiple ones. You can see several notebooks strewn out through the room as well. And he just walks over and sits in a beanie bag. And there's a few ones strewn out in the room. And Kinnan kind of like looks in, takes a whiff, and like, I'm not certain I want to go in there. It smells awful.
For
You get
once,
used to it.
I agree.
Oh well. He kind of steps in and takes the beanie bag nearest to the door. So, you want to accompany me to the Witch's Thicket, yes?
I believe that was the job. Yep.
Yes, good. Kind of squints a little bit. Ah, okay. So, you and you. I know what you can do. But you, and he points to Oscar, what do you do?
A fight.
Right. With quarterstaff and what?
Fists.
Your large forehead?
Fists.
No, okay. If nobody's told you before, it can sometimes get quite tricky out there, but I have been down this path a long time. The only reason that I am even asking for protection nowadays is because I heard a rumor from a friend that there might be an owlbear loose.
Yeah, well, that's concerning. I saw in the post you said up to 4 people.
Yes.
Was there another singular individual who's interested to bring that number up? I'm assuming with the
No,
owlbear you
I
would want
prefer
those.
people who know each other and have fought together before, because better cohesion. If you gather many people from different parts, sometimes they just end up getting in the way of each other.
All right, if that's your conditions, well, Kinnan,
May I have your names, please?
Oscar McShock.
Charles Tenworth.
Hinnan kind of nods. You can just call me old man works good.
Old man it is.
Kind of nods.
Old man. Well, first, Kinnan, Oscar, with news of the owlbear. I think first and foremost, the terms have changed a little, so I need to make sure everybody is okay with this.
I'm fine with
Could
it.
you all roll me a nature, please, or a religion if you would rather prefer it? Different DCs.
Nature or religion, you said?
Yep.
Where's nature? I'm blind, I can't see nature. Found it. Oh, they're the same for me.
Nature's all
nature
around
is-
you, yo.
Ooh. I'm bad
Yeah,
at
Charles, you know
nature,
that owlbears are dangerous, and that they aren't native to the nature itself, but they're rather monstrosities which have been created by Vona and or somebody else that has managed to do so and then let loose. I don't really know what an owlbear is or how strong it is, so I can't really say for myself. But it's just a chance to meet it, isn't it? Oh, yes. It's not of course, we're not going to go into an owlbear nest. It's just we're going to go on a path that I've been down 1,000 times and pick some herbs for my experiments and then be done with it.
May I ask, what kind of experiments?
He holds up his pipe. I'm trying to make the best drug. One which lasts for a long time, which has very little aftermath.
A noble goal, if I do say so myself.
There's actually, speaking of hitting with fists and such, is many of those. What's the term? Monk fellows, those people, you know, with the chi and cha and shu in their bodies
Age,
who want to
yeah.
connect. They like this very much to get connected to the higher place or whatever. There is a
I've heard
temple
of
not too
such
far away that
tales.
are my biggest distributors. They pay a lot of money for a lot of drugs. Well, so
Are any of them, by any chance, from Kugelsberg?
no. It's just up north by Kusela. It's a small temple. What's it called? It is the Order of Water, I believe, is what they're called. You can roll me a history with advantage. DC is 12.
Which button is it for advantage?
Shift.
Shift.
History, you said.
Yeah.
Thank God for the advantage, Jesus.
Well, first I would.
Fernando would have definitely told you about other orders, and especially because there's so few as well. The Order of the Water is not a very
hippie-ish?
reputable one. It is very much more of just thinking and being connected to the world around you.
Yeah, so hippies. Got it.
So, you know, our best. What are they? What can they do? Like, I've heard they're not really native to anything, but
Would I know with the nature roll I made? Like, basic stuff?
you would know what I told you.
Okay.
And also that they are quite dangerous.
Do you want me to explain it, or are we?
I mean, if you at least tell me that you're telling them.
Oh no! I didn't know if I knew more than you told me to elaborate.
No.
Okay,
You can.
That's all. Well, you know they're vicious, big claws. You know, a rake could rend your entrails out realistically.
So far, that just sounds like a bear.
Imagine a bear with a large beak and, you know, the intelligence of an owl.
That's far scarier now. Thanks for that mental image.
And it fly.
Well, I haven't seen one, so, you know, whether it has wings or not, that's another matter. And whether it has-
No wings. As far as the mutations that I have seen,
Alright, well, if we're all in agreement, knowing.
Well, if we meet
Just
them,
the three of us, then. I don't... Alright, well, I think we do it.
are you sure?
agree.
I mean, if you run into this thing and you're telling me it's as vicious as a bear, but has an intelligence of an owl, that's scary.
Agreed, but realistically, we don't have to outrun the owl bear. We just have to outrun Old Man.
I heard that.
I'm kidding, But,
I will let you know that I am surprisingly spring in my legs.
Well, none of you are outrunning me, so I'm good.
well,
Hey then, I guess. But I would rather run than take a fight if we can do it. So
yeah, agreed. There's no reason risk danger needlessly for some herbs. We can always come back later to pick them.
Agreed.
Yes. And speaking about coming back later, very bad weather right now. And, yes, the electricity makes the herbs taste differently. And, it's not a good time to go out at the moment. So, when it stops raining, I want you to come here on the first day after it stops raining and meet me just when most of the latest bars start to close. So for our time, it's like 4 a.m.
Very
Right.
well.
Well, Mr. Oldman, thank you for the okra and thank you for the job. We will see you as soon as the rain clears.
Remember, we are staying out tonight as well.
Yeah. I'm more than happy to join you.
We have to remember to buy provisions for that.
Yes.
And a place to sleep underneath if you want.
You don't have a tent that you use?
I am not providing you with a tent. That was
Well,
not
I'm
in the
assuming.
agreement.
Fair. I just didn't know, since you've probably made this trip, I had assumed that you would have a tent, but...
I do.
For himself.
Is there a general store place that you would recommend that we can find?
No. They're all scavengers. I made my own tent of rabbits and hare.
Well, seeing that we don't have rabbits and hare, is there a general store you could point us to for one of these scavengers so that we may buy a tent?
Should be just... you literally passed like 15 to 30 market stalls outside. Currently, not a lot of people selling things, and you've also walked past like 100 general stores, so you would know the location. You hear like a pling from somewhere inside, and he's like, that's the... Can't remember. Well, thank you very much, but I will... And it starts like beeping almost, and he's like,
We'll see you after the rain.
thank you very much, my lads, and
Good luck with your beeping.
thank you. Beep, 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 beep. It's like, turns around and like tries to deal with whatever you have, and that is where we're gonna take today's break.
See you in a bit.
You muted. You muted.
No, I'm not. Bye.
No, that.
This week's
Just
story.
be quiet for once. Just do the awkward silence of just being fucking quiet. You all meet back at the Lonely Darling later that afternoon. And,
Can we just a little tiny thing
yes.
before we, Keenan and Charles left the whole thing. I wanted to stop at the market and ask around if anyone knows anything about the old man.
No, I don't think they would, even though he lives right there. Nobody like. I mean,
Local
there would probably be
media
one
shit,
that would
okay.
be like, yeah. I mean,
He's cracked.
if you would be pointing to the place where it lives, they'll be like, yeah, I've seen somebody go in there or something like from time to time. Sure, he looks like an old man kind of deal, but it's nobody that knows him. Nobody that seems to be buying or selling from him.
Yeah, thought that was gonna happen. Just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, absolutely. It is still wet. You're enjoying your. Also, I realized that we need to be paying some extra money for this because we have ended out with not paying money anymore. So we're up to 3 days, I believe, without paying.
Well, yeah.
Because a week has passed, and we had some time.
Well, I would assume that we would renew the rooms if we're staying.
We need to mark it off.
Paid for
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Well, why not?
Is it
I
still
No, we
the-
paid in advance for the
Have
first
you
week.
marked off the money?
How much money would I need to mark off?
Exactly. So that's what we're gonna do, Ben.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I meant. Like, never mind.
How expensive is this place? We have to leave the Lonely Darling to go to the Poor Darling.
Because I have 112 silver, so I can pay for another week.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It wasn't expensive because I know we paid a week
Yeah,
in
you
advance.
don't actually have a room. You're sleeping like on
Yeah.
the
The
ground.
attic, yeah.
All right. Well, I can get us what we want.
Yes.
How many of
we're
those?
also
5.
missing some payment for alcohol. You have
Yep.
been getting, but I'll
Yeah, a
do
bit
the
of a tab, yeah.
calculations as you do the
Sure.
RP.
Like, are they
So-
sitting at a table, or are we coming in after?
I think that the 3 is there first, and then the 2 of you come in.
Yeah, sort of like shake off like the excess wetness, like all the hair, like just try to squeeze it out.
Yeah,
And
I
walk
don't.
up to the table. I guess you go up to the table first. Then.
I just sit there straight down and just like an angry cat and just sit there.
There's probably a fire in here, right?
Oh, I assume so, right?
Yes, there is.
So like,
Yeah,
Hello.
huddled near the fire to dry off.
take off like the jacket and like put it close to the fire.
Yeah, I actually strip down.
Damn.
Kind of. I take off my clothes down to the undergarments because it's so wet. So, lilla hunden.
Well, the contract has been acquired. We have found the this lady Lisa Viscount, and she has agreed to let us work for her. So we have. I think she said the 19th, right, Violet?
Yeah.
So we have a couple of days to wait and prepare, I guess. But other than that, I don't really know what else to do right now.
Well, while you were gone, we inquired about the herb expedition job.
Oh, right. That makes sense. You moved tables since we left. And yes.
Oh.
Well, how did that go?
Hence the wetness and.
Now that you mention it, of course I noticed. I'll give a little wink.
I would have prestidigitation to you.
Okay,
and
yeah.
all of us.
Maybe there's like some on the bench. Maybe like you did it on the person, but you didn't do it on the bench. You can see
Oh
like
yeah,
the wet
like you
patch.
sit
Yeah,
down in like a wet spot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how did it go getting the other assignment?
Apparently, it's gonna take some 3-ish days. A day there, staying there, and then coming back.
To get some plants. Seriously?
Some herbs.
Mm.
The man that's hiring us is a fucking kook.
So
He's
why
just
are you
a
going?
casual enjoyer of one
Because
of
the money's
nature's
good.
gifts.
Oh, the money's good. Yeah.
The
Alright.
money is good, and he's a drug dealer. Says his mission statement is to make the best drug possible.
I look
Well,
at
it's a-
Keenan and want to
yeah.
see what he thinks about it.
You look to Kinnan, and Kinnan just looks back and just like, what?
What?
Why are you looking at me like that?
I was just wondering, like, does that feel like something you're up to? Go and look for pretty flowers outside the city?
Of course, why wouldn't I?
Oh.
It's just the owlbear that's the problem.
Oh, there's a
yeah,
there's a
that might
owl
be
and
an
a
owl,
bear.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's not a problem. You just scare off
Plenty
the
of animals. Yeah,
Yeah.
plenty of animals in the forest, right?
Yeah. What the hell?
An owl bear is a single creature, and it's a very remote possibility we'll even meet it, Keenan.
Even so,
Wait, what? Did they breed? Ew.
no.
I don't think it's a natural beast.
Yeah.
I don't know. Charles knows
Charles?
it's a monstrosity.
You're the one that knows about it.
Well, Uncle, have you seen one of these creatures before?
No, just books and things and pictures.
I mean, it wouldn't be too far off for you to have seen one on your travels, like early days when you were the one driving caravans here and there.
Oh, and I was
Also-
like traveling the road and shit between the. Okay.
So it's up to you.
Well, I mean, I've seen one. Yes, it kept my distance very far. Also, yes. So, nothing really specific or up close, but I can still tell you. You know, its eyes. It's very far away, but it looked up, and I knew it was looking at me. It's certainly a predator, one that I'm glad I wasn't closer to.
Aye. Well, with the three of you, I'm sure you'll be able to at least hide or get away from it. It's not.
Get away
It
from it.
doesn't eat humans, does it?
It eats whatever is in front of it. I saw it eating the carcass of a large elk when it looked at me.
And how,
I think the only reason it didn't come after me is I just had less on me than the elk, and it was already there.
Well,
and how,
you
how
know,
big
to
is
be
it?
fair, Joshua, you know that we are going to have so much more of a difficult time, and when these guys are gonna owl bears, that doesn't sound as scary as what we're gonna have to go through.
It did
It's
seem a
gonna
bit
be-
strange when she mentioned the themes. I will give you that.
Yes.
What-
Yeah.
Maybe it's normal?
No, it's
Well,
not.
you go ahead, Violet.
Oh no, I'm just saying that our job seems a little bit more dangerous than yours. So, well, I mean, good luck. It's gonna
What's
be.
dangerous about a gala?
Well,
It's well, she
she
well.
meant she asked us if we were
Okay with blood.
familiar with blood and nudity as well.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that it's a sex party, and that's never good.
Maybe, or some sort of
Not good.
fighting scene. I don't know.
But that's amazing, Joshua.
Either
that
way, it
is-
sounds like you're gonna have a bunch of fun.
Well, you're gonna have to not get too excited. We're just their servants. They don't expect us to. We're essentially set dressing, just items on the wall, not there really. Just
Oh, that's how you.
I
Oh,
didn't
okay,
take you for a
Joshua.
voyeur, Joshua.
Joshua, I'm a little bit more than just
Of course,
Display.
but that is what we are. That is what we are hired for. If
Oh,
you outshine the other noble women there, they will of course be jealous, and you don't want them to put out or try to hinder you in getting your prince. So you have to be careful not to draw too much attention. Not
yeah.
until you have your chance to talk with the prince one-on-one, of course.
exactly.
There is no prince at the moment.
Well, the
Yes,
Hey,
Christoph
okay.
in Belora is
Wasn't
the
he?
king.
yes.
The prince was murdered, wasn't he?
No, it's a king.
5 years ago, yes, but
Yes.
Christoph Gravenroth was the one that's currently sitting in Belora
Aye.
as a proxy prince.
But he's already taken, so I don't need him, right? Or
I
is
don't think he is.
I believe he is not spoken for yet, as they say.
He's not.
I think he's meant to marry the king's daughter.
Yeah, okay, so taken.
Well,
That's
they're
why
not
I'm
married
having my
yet.
Huh?
They're not married yet.
That is true, but I'm gonna take my chance on the guy who is a little bit more adventurous.
Mm.
You mean the guy that's been holed up inside the same building for the past 25 years?
Is
You sound jealous.
is that
She said adventurous. and-
He is right. Blueguard
What?
never leaves the Ebony Castle. At
yeah, so
most,
he's
it's
in
met-
dire need of some entertainment. Here we go. I'm the
Look
whole
on the bright
package.
side.
Sure.
She'd go to the dungeons within 2 weeks.
I don't even give her 2 weeks. The moment that the prince lays eyes on her, she's gonna throw that troll into the dungeon.
Oh, troll, listen now. Troll, okay. See, that is not fair because
Well, maybe not a troll. Trolls are at least good at something.
I'm gonna slap Charles.
Just, what?
You're still speaking to a girl.
In the broadest of terms.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway. Oh, thank you for the raid. We just got raided.
Hey!
Getting raided when we're sitting here and
Trash
Talking,
being
yeah. Trash talking one of the PCs.
It's precious RP.
Hey, thank you very much, people who's coming here
Yeah,
from.
thank you.
Yeah,
Hello.
thank you very much, Sefa. Yeah, so you sit and you spend the evening talking and drinking as per usual, and as for payment for the next coming week, it will be another 20 silver for all of you. And food.
So that means we have 4 more days, right? If I renewed it when it expires.
Yes, you'll have
3.
4 more days.
20
Sure.
for all of us, or is it 20 each?
No, for all of you, and that includes breakfast and dinner as well.
Yeah, but
Because
is that going from like the big funds, or is it everyone paying each?
I have 112. I'll cover that.
Thank you very much, Uncle.
Oh, I'm just a troll, so I don't pay.
No, you live under the bridge and take people's money.
Exactly. Exactly. So why should I pay? You got it.
Because you're
not,
doing
though.
the-
I'm not.
the
I'm not sure
dangerous
the point
parts.
you're making here. I'm paying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's because she's broke, isn't it?
I'm not broke.
Yes, you are.
Your face is broke.
Sure.
Yeah. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm not looking at you like
Yes,
that.
you are.
You just said that my face is.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Violet and keen.
yes.
Kinnan just stands up. I'm gonna go to bed. Just like storms up.
Hmm.
And,
Somebody-
Oh, come on, it was just some friendly ribbon.
the rain is suddenly stopping, and replaced with the cold is now humidity floating, in through the windows, and most of the patrons kind of look outside and nod to themselves that they decided internally that they'd stay until the rain is over. Hopefully that the rain would be the entire night. But now, wives calling, they have to leave. So many of them do end up leaving at around midnight and such. And that means also that tomorrow is the day when 3 of you will be leaving.
The bards aren't singing bad
No,
shit.
they
are
would all. Oh fuck, we forgot about that.
Yeah,
thing.
so
I
I'm
realize
thinking
now.
maybe here could be if you want.
Yeah,
to.
sure.
New bards in.
Yeah, it's the same bard that gets off and kind of walks up to you, and so you kind of left me there hanging the other day.
Yeah, well, you decided to play a trash song, so
I can sense some wounded honor in you.
Oh, sweetie. Don't worry, it's not gonna be like that. If you're with me, then you're not gonna have wounded honor. Or you might, actually. I don't know what the
No.
point is.
What I mean is that when I started playing that song, you ended up leaving.
Yeah. Because it's boring. It's not accurate or anything. It seems like you're just making shit up.
He kind of takes a step back. Well, I can't take anybody tarnishing the trade, unfortunately.
Oh,
Thank you very much for your
Thank
time,
you.
and
thank you. Stop singing that song, please.
I won't because
Did you create
it's
it,
a
by the way?
lovely song.
Yeah, it is
No.
a lovely song. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit touchy. But did you create it or did somebody else create it?
No, it was a song written into the ballads by another man greater than me.
Mm-hmm. So why do you keep spreading that?
Just like any tale or song that's great, we play it because it's good.
Or you just make up your own?
Sure.
Yeah. About us, because we're amazing, right, guys? Huh? Huh?
At this point, he politely smiles, nods, and walks away.
What the fuck? What did I say, Oscar? Did I say something weird?
See, Violet,
So many things I don't even know where to
for
start.
the first time, being rejected. Did you
For
like the
once?
realization in her face and everything? Just like,
First of all, I'm not even sure what you were trying to do there.
I was
but
trying
you're
to get
too-
into
you were-
bed with him. But he decided to trash talk a
That
trash
was your
song.
attempt?
What?
That was your attempt.
Yeah.
Getting
you hear like from that. I'm up for it.
Who is that?
So,
ready.
Bar patron number 18.
yes, random tavern patron number 18. You see a let's see.
His face is distorted. It's almost as if you can't quite see the detail.
I mean, it's a good-looking person. You
Okay.
can see, long gold locks and a very narrow face with a very what do you call it? Not protrude like wet.
Protruding inward.
No. It's like
Inward
Prominent?
facing eyes.
in English sometimes. It's like a good-looking person, but
Yeah.
apparently very drunk.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Inebriated.
I might take you up on that booze hound. Maybe not tonight.
Sounds great.
I know, right?
Tomorrow then, right?
Tomorrow then, yes, sweetie. My name is Oscar. Way!
I'm so concerned for your life.
For my life? Why?
You make such questionable decisions sometimes.
Like what?
It's gotten her this far so far.
Yeah, it's not my fault.
Enjoy
that-
yourself. It's fine.
It's not my fault that he wanted to trash talk, deciding to sing a fucking song about some, people that don't care about stuff, and making them up like heroes. That's not my fault. I'm just calling it out.
I don't think that's what the song is about, but something else we don't. What is the song about for you?
For me? No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it's a trash song. It's not even nearly accurate. Like, talking about a hero that, yeah. No.
But that's not his fault.
Roll me a
Yes, it's-
d20, Sarah. If you roll above 10.
Okay. You want me to roll above a 10?
Nice.
Oh, I did.
Yes, I do. And you hear in the background that a new bard that's taken over from the left starts the same song, and immediately everybody starts. Thud, 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 thud. And you just hear like people start getting up and dancing, and the bard that went off, that is now drinking, is just sitting at the bar, turns around, sees Violet, just raises his drink, and takes a sip.
Oh,
Pretty catchy tune.
yes, it's super catchy. Everybody should sing it, especially you, Joshua. Yes, you and Charles and Oscar, and why not? All of you can just sing it because it's amazing, right? Yeah.
It's a fine song.
I think I'll.
What's the matter
refrain.
with it?
What?
What's wrong with the song?
It sucks.
But what makes it suck?
Because I know what it's about. No, I don't. I
Doesn't
mean, I
everyone
have my
that takes
assumptions.
Inside check. Inside check.
Sure. I don't even think that Violet knows what she's talking about at this point.
Maybe that's.
And
We'll
lost
see.
on this
Maybe
one.
have had too much drink. It's not that great.
I mean, there
Hard
is
to read.
something very disturbing for her that is agitating her a lot.
Yeah.
And whenever they start singing about these two people, she gets very upset.
Yep. My suspicions
Okay.
confirmed.
Now I have to ask, what is the song actually about, Tim?
This specific song was the one that I told you about the last time when there was a lycanthrope invasion and there were two adventurers which came in and saved them and then also stopped the necromancer that was putting the lycanthropes together. And they're singing this ballad as a thanks for them and also retelling the events that happened.
It's just a retelling of events. I do not understand what your issue with the song is.
Maybe her parents died by a werewolf.
Look to her.
Obviously, they didn't.
Maybe somebody
How
she
are
knew
we supposed
died
to
by a
know
werewolf.
that?
What?
Did somebody close to you die by a werewolf?
No, why
Then
would they?
do you take issue in the lyrics of the song?
Maybe.
Maybe. So if you just heard the instrumental with no lyrics, would it bother you?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
So
I mean,
then-
yeah.
Alright, fuck it. And I just pour myself another glass.
No, I'm sticking with this. I want to figure out what the hell is going on. What is the issue with the lyrics then?
I'm just saying it's not portraying a fair. Everybody's saying that they're heroes. Yeah, that's great. But what about everybody else that they didn't help?
I mean, what about them? At least someone did something to stop them.
Yeah, good for them, I guess. Anyway,
The night continues
Yeah.
in silence
No.
And
from
utter
her most of the
confusion.
time. Yes. You are left with the confusion and Charles drinking himself to sleep. And then does Violet join them and then go to sleep?
You mean when they go up to go?
Mhm.
Oh, no, I think I actually sit there and I'm pretty. I'm having like this internal struggle at the
Yeah.
moment with this bard that is on my case, but at the same time I'm really hot about him. But yeah. So I'm gonna sit that out and sit and wait a little bit.
I actually think that like he is there, like he is still there,
Yeah.
and eventually probably will like reluctantly order you a drink, and there will be like this, angry talk and like just like.
I'm thinking like Jennifer and Geralt in
Yes.
The Witcher.
Yes.
Definitely like.
Yes, and would end up, inviting you over somewhere else.
I am super okay with that. Yep.
Nice. So the four of you wake up to no Violet, and there is no rain. I believe Oscar and the drunk Charles gets woken very early because you guys were gonna go up and meet somebody at 4 a.m.
Oh shit, yeah.
So super drunk and tired because you stayed up and talked and drank a lot.
How late did we stay up? We didn't
I did say that it was midnight, and when you guys were talking and people were starting to leave, and then you stayed for the song and then more drinking. So you probably went to bed around 2.
So we're running on 2 hours of sleep. Done that before, it's fine.
Holidays again.
So Kinnan, very energetic because he went to bed early, shakes you up, and it's like, I guess you're regretting your last night's decisions to not sleep. Let's go.
I've slept less, let's go.
Where the fuck's Violet?
It
Where the fuck
probably
is
still,
He's like, does he?
well, don't we have rooms now? I thought I booked us rooms.
Yes, you sleep on the attic.
Yeah, it's the
There's-
cheapest.
No, I
Yeah.
thought I went to book us like rooms.
Oh, if you want
Also
rooms,
expensive.
you can quadruple that price.
It's very expensive.
80?
It's a lot.
Yes, at the least, and that's just for the rooms.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
You are in a very fancy tavern, but you're sleeping in the attic with Joshua snoring and probably, relieving some of the gases from last night.
Oh no!
So you go up, you go out and down, and it's pitch black still. It is now the 15th of spring as you make your way north to the exits, where you also realize you didn't procure yourselves a tent last night, and none of the markets are open.
You're gone fucked
So-
up now, son.
You have no provision, no tents, and you show up.
I'm assuming that the kitchen or the barkeep is down there because there's always those early morning at dawn barflies.
No, there is not.
There's
None of
not.
it's okay.
There might be okay. Roll
'Cause if
me.
there's-
There might
if-
still be some dried fruit and things for you, but not. The
D20?
kitchen is not open. Yes, roll me a d20.
Big
There might be
piece.
some leftover bread as well.
Oh, that's so close.
Or maybe some like dried ham or things like
You get
our rations.
a very minimal breakfast. That's what you get as you leave. So you see old man standing there with a massive backpack with tent. You see frying pan hanging from the side. You see several
why is
jars
empty?
sticking up. He turns around. And he's like, "Where the fuck are all of your things?"
We got drunk and were not able to procure them. Apologies.
Say to the contractor.
I
Your tent will survive, it's
will show
fine.
you a new way to enjoy your ukra that will change everything. If
You're
you
full of
will
shit.
procure
Let's
some
go.
provision. No, I will show you now.
He starts walking.
Yeah.
We are going now.
Alright. Well, tonight at the campsite around the fire, I'll show
I
you.
don't have anything extra for you.
Oh, no, it's not for me. I'll show you. That's the
So
only
he's
thing
like-
I can offer in payment.
He's like, maybe we'll find some berry bushes or something of the like, or if any of you know how to hunt, then we can do that when there's downtime. But now we have a long walk. Let's go. And he goes out and this old man is carrying probably some 50 to 60 pounds in his backpack, and this is without all the herbs that he's gonna gather. So he just struts out and then takes a due east and just walks, and the sun goes up. You have mist kind of coming because of all the dew that's been then held down with the clouds. Sun rises late in the Förmiddag?
Morning?
Morning?
Before noon.
Before that's just such a
Morning.
bad word.
That's
We have a
morning.
good. We have a better word. We have morning, and then we have like a time between like 9
Same here.
and 12.
Same in Slovenian, but
Yeah.
English
I
morning.
think it's just morning, like late morning. Yeah.
Late morning.
Yeah.
The sun comes up, and most of the mist dissipates, and you continue walking for most of this day. It is only during a short break at lunchtime where you sit down, your stomachs are rumbling, and he pulls out a jar of honey with some like sticks that he's like sitting and dipping in them and just eating, and then he pulls out a big sandwich with all of the fillings that you could think of and just sitting there and eating. And then when he's done, since you don't have anything to eat, let's go. And just goes up and starts walking. And you can see the trees in the distance. They are large, they are old. It is mainly birch and oak and some what's the other word?
Moose?
Pine,
No, it's not. No,
Maple.
pine is no.
birch. Oh, you already
Elm.
said birch.
Is the
Elm.
yes.
Yeah.
And he starts steering you southward as the sun goes above your heads and down behind the iron ring. You guys find yourselves in the forest, and he starts. Oh, the bot decided to piss off, and suddenly none of the things make sense anymore. There we go. And he starts to kind of pull his things off. This is a good place to stay, and we'll go up to early tomorrow. And you guys are on the verge of being exhausted because no food, and you have no other choice but to probably go out and hunt or forage to try and find something in order not to be exhausted tomorrow.
I'm down for it.
What?
Hey.
Yeah,
Players fucking up? No, it's never happened.
Who would have
Good.
thought?
Could both of you roll me a survival, please?
Wait, hold on. I'm
Oh.
wanting to cast guidance.
Absolutely. We're gonna take the
Um,
average no matter what here.
Cool. And is there anything else I can do?
Could have been worse. Could have been worse.
When you cast suggestion on somebody, do they know they got suggestion cast it on them when it's
Yes.
over?
Yeah.
Okay. You should share your berries intent with us. Am I not rolling a survival?
You are also rolling the survival. I'm waiting for you to roll the
Okay,
survival.
shit. I thought you said the other two. I didn't realize that you were also rolling.
And then you roll me a d4 on top of that.
Both of us?
Ye-
Oh no, he does because
Oh,
guidance.
so
Yeah.
30.
So 34 or an average of 17. And you guys manage to find yourselves a wounded deer that cannot outrun you. And you manage to quite quickly catch it. And
I'm a fast boy.
Yeah, I
can
just
probably run as
imagine
fast as a
Oscar
deer.
like running down a deer and like jumping
then
on
we
it.
come to the point where you guys want to eat it, and none of you really know how to skin and get the parts out of a deer.
Would I have done it? I would assume I would have done it maybe with like a rabbit or things before. So how much different could it be?
A lot. It is extremely different. And as you two are kind of standing there and being like, what the fuck? Kinnan just kind of pushes through, sits down and pulls out one of his daggers and just goes to work. And you see like the precision with his hands. It's beautiful the way that he is removing the skin and the tendons and muscle that isn't being used, and then just like hands you guys large slabs of meat and just tells you to go back. Just go back, make a fire, and then when we make a fire, we'll put sticks and then have this between and then turn it. And I saw some herbs as well that we can use. So you go back, make a makeshift fire, and get yourselves a very good mouthful of venison. And it's definitely enough for you to be full for today and most of tomorrow overeating.
All right.
Hey,
Nice.
The meat
watches.
the meat can probably keep for like a day, right?
If
Yeah.
you leave it out in the forest, just on the ground, absolutely not.
Oh no, totally not. But like,
If you make things out of it, yes, it
Yeah.
can be eaten tomorrow as well. It's going to be not as good, but
obviously,
yeah. So you make yourselves. Let's see how many we get. 8 rations. So for today and for tomorrow.
nice.
That's good.
Yeah, it is. Kenan
That's a
did a very
lot.
good job.
Yeah.
I mean, think about this also. You're on the road. You're not going to get, hour sizes of food where you're super
Obviously.
satisfied. But it's, 8 pieces where you can eat and keep yourselves energetic. Are you going to do any watches as you are out in the
Oh,
thicket?
absolutely.
Old man is just laying down and snoring.
Absolutely, and Oscar's taking the
Yeah.
first watch because that's gonna be the one with the most light.
I can see in the dark now, by the way, also.
Oh,
So I'll take the darkest shift.
Yep. Kinnan will take the one in the morning then. So you'll have to take a bit longer than normal, but that's fine. And you guys managed to go through most of the night without there being any troubles. There's 1 or 2 times when you're spooked, Charles, because it's been a long time since you slept out in the wilderness without anything to really sleep on or keep you comfortable. And also with now you having night vision is weird because you've never had it and your eyes adjusting to it and seeing all the small critters and birds and whatnot being out there in the darkness is a bit unsettling. So whenever there's like a hoot or a large sound, you just and you see the things. But
for
yes.
the record, before my watch starts, I'm casting dark vision on
Yeah,
myself.
I assume so.
Yeah. And I'd also cast guidance on myself as well.
Morning rolls around, and old man shakes the 2 of you awake that isn't awake again around 4 a.m. Get up! We need to go and cut the herbs before the morning dew sets off, drips off. It is this way, not too far. You start in a southern direction. Again, pitch black. Only Charles is the one that truly sees. But even so, you notice
Dark vision
how
lasts for 8 hours, so
Old man, seemingly without dark vision, manages to navigate this in this darkness perfectly, either by having been here a million times or that he's actually seeing things.
Yeah.
He sometimes here and there kind of bends over and picks things up and puts them in jars and puts them back in his backpack. He is a very methodical and quick worker. And sometimes, like just before the sun rises, you hear a hooting roar. And your blood freezes. As the sun starts to kind of go up in the west, looking towards that direction, you see a silhouette that is standing on 2 legs, maybe 16 feet tall. Arms and claws, massive, stretched out, and it's bellowing towards you.
We run now.
run.
Which direction?
Away.
Okay. The old man stands up and like,
Well, I
run?
mean,
What
wait.
for? What for? And he
Albert.
stands up and he looks at fuck. And she's like, yes, Oscar.
Can I pull him at the
Oh, you don't
beginning
need
just to get him?
No, yeah, yes,
Okay.
you could, like, SC, so yes, you can.
Just that little boost at the beginning, so he's not like, huh?
The problem here is that nobody except for Oscar is going to be able to outrun this thing.
Dash action.
Doesn't matter.
I
Okay,
have a
well,
40-foot movement.
how far
speed
away
without
is it?
that.
It's is going to come down, like, when you're running,
Huh?
you're simply running, I'm assuming.
Well, I'm gonna run away. Alright, because here's my thought process,
Mhm.
right? This thing is big, so it can't just run straight through the trees. It's gonna have to maneuver at least a little bit, so it can't, like, full sprint at us. There's a good chunk of distance, so even if it's, like, 10-foot distance, that might take, like, 6 sets of that to catch up to us.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying?
I understand
Like,
what you're saying, but it's not
There's...
a very dense forest. Oaks and birches usually grow quite far from each other because they need the space and the canopies need all the lights. So it is quite spacious down here.
Damn you and your world building.
So
If only I took the thing that slows movement speed by 10 feet on Eldritch Blast and just keep turning around.
or, you know, pushing it
Shooting
away, just so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a skill challenge. However, it's a modified one where you need 5 successes to get away. 1 failure means it will catch up to you.
Don't fail.
How many times can I cast guidance during this? Can I cast guidance while I'm running on everybody as they're about to do their thing?
I will say that you cannot keep the concentration going as you're running.
So
with
do I
panic.
get it at all?
Skill challenges are used without modification
Okay.
from the others. Depending on how you word it, I might give you the ability to get a boost
Okay.
because I know you have guidance. So, skill challenge, how do you want to get away from this thing?
Oscar being the fastest, can he split off at an angle, looking back to see if the owlbear follows him or them?
What skill would that be? And how
no
would that
idea.
help? So that's the thing with skill challenges. You need to
Yeah.
create a situation where you can use one of your skills. And sorry, I realized, have you actually been in one of my skill challenges before? I don't think you have. So sorry.
None of yours, no.
So skill challenge here is basically you create a situation that fits for one of your skills. And now I'm gonna say you don't have to be proficient in using it. However, we can't use the same over all of the people. So if somebody uses acrobatics, you can't use that again. There is a DC that will be determined depending on extra usages, like how you do the things and also by where it's at and blah, 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 blah. All that's in my head, of course. So you could, for example, say, I want to try and find a place where we can hide for a little bit and let it pass us to then retrace. And that would be a stealth. You can say, I want to find out how, use nature to find the best way to move without being hindered, or I want to try and intimidate it to slow it down, etc.
Or the bard version, try to charm it.
Bow, bow, bow.
Ow, chica.
Oscar having really good perception. Oh,
Sure.
really good, relatively speaking. Can he just scout out the best path so
Yes.
that we can get as far as fast as possible?
Yes, you can.
Let me do that then. Ouch.
So Oscar quite quickly looks for a way out and a way to move furthest. And he sees a great opening in between the trees, and you start running towards it. And as you're looking over your backs or your shoulders to see where it catches up, you take a sharp turn and find yourselves in front of a massive thicket of briars and thorns.
I'd
And
like
you-
to do something.
No.
This is a, I wanted to interject, but I didn't want to ruin Oscar's moment of skill challenge kind of interjecting of the thing. I have Phantasmal Force that I wanted to...
We are in a
Yeah.
skill challenge now.
So I'm saying, when the owl bear's within 60 feet, I can't use one of the things for the skill challenge to make the owl bear literally, perceive that it's doing something else, or that we might be running, or something's in front of
skill
it. To
challenge
get it to
is
stop.
a usage of your skills to
Oh,
overcome a situation, and where you know both the outcome and the failure of when the skills fail or such. You can sometimes use your spells in a way to influence these, such as
Yeah.
using your phantasmal force to perhaps do something for it. But now, since this is Oscar rolling and doing his thing, that means that this is a failure. And when you come to the briars, you come to a full halt. Your backs are literally up against the wall, and the owlbear is closing in. And we are going to roll for combat.
Am I able to cast Spike Growth before combat?
No.
So it runs into the thicket?
No. Like, there's no time here because it's a skill challenge. So you don't have the time to set up for a battle. I think we have to do this one now because we might end up losing somebody.
Oh my god, no!
Kneecap
Let's
the
hope it's
employer.
the old
Oh.
man.
Turns out he's just like
You
super
had a
good at
roll
running
of
away.
3.
Right, let's.
I
pull
have a
out
+6 in perception.
characters.
And I'm still gonna roll the 3.
Happens.
We'll use just an NPC for the old man.
Hey, young whippersnappers, have you never been chased by an owl bear before? You have to be more careful. Back in my day, they taught owl bear survival in school.
What?
Can you guys see at the moment?
Accurate.
No.
No, that's
I
because
can
you guys
see-
Yeah.
don't have
the-
tokens.
Yeah, I can see all 4 of us.
It's
no,
fine.
I'll
I'll
just-
yet, though.
I'm gonna pull out you two in the
Yeah.
corner here
Thank you.
so that you can sit there and watch. Okay, we're
can
gonna
sit and
be
watch while
doodle
they-
doodle doodle. See,
The old man definitely looks like a drug dealer.
yes, I can't do everything at the same time.
Trust me, Tim. I know. I
actually
I
can.
do all of this shit during Mondays, so yeah.
There is the briars. We're gonna have them coming out a little bit more. I should have made this one in different colors.
It would be funny if the employer's like, well, I got invisibility, so peace out.
I was thinking of casting it on the old man to make sure he was gonna get out.
Well, if you, it's a concentration, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you die, like the Albert kills everyone, and then like he just pops up like, even more food. The danger.
Yeah. If I actually have the monsters as well. Should have it.
Ooh, speak with the animals suggestion would be an interesting combination.
Okay, gonna start or put an encounter up. You guys can put yourselves in. I think since Oscar was the one leading, it should be something perhaps like this. Hey, that's pretty nice. Nice. This now is the question: can you guys see the thing around
The owl there?
Charles?
Yeah, we can.
Yes. Okay. Good. Charles, you are the first one to act. The owlbear has leapt after you guys when you guys came to a stop and is now closely behind you.
Does it have wings?
Not that you can see, but you have seen it leap quite far.
Why are why are our initiative rolls decimal?
That's your
Because
dexterity,
tiebreaker.
and that's tiebreaker. So 0.15 means you have 15 deck.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Yes. Shit, fuck.
Shit, fuck indeed.
I am going to... Oh, I can't cast Sanctuary and Eldritch Blast either.
Yes, you can. It's a bonus action. You can.
But you
Eldritch
can't cast
Blast.
2 spells on the same turn.
Yes, you
Eldritch
can.
Blast is a cantrip.
Yes, and at level
I
9.
thought even with cantrips, it's...
Nope.
Oh.
And at level 7 and
Yeah.
beyond, you can also cast first level spells twice on a round.
Cool. I am going to cast Sanctuary. I don't know if it has an upcast.
It just
That
becomes
Yeah.
it's the same.
It's
So
similar.
if you
Well,
cast
that's
Sanctuary on
better.
yourself and then you use Eldritch Blast,
No, I'm not casting
lose it.
Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
On Senior Oscar here. Or not
That's not
Oscar,
I'm
Senior.
over
That's
here.
me. Who's... Why does it say Ben under... Oh, that was me. That's... Who's this one? Is that Kenan? That's Kenan,
Kenan.
right?
This is Kenan.
Kenan,
Keenan is
alright.
the
Yeah,
green chain
I'm
dude.
stupid.
That's not the
Yeah, I'm gonna cast it on Kenan. And then I'm going to back up. Yeah, here, and cast Eldritch Blast.
Nice. Go ahead. And roll to attack. It fires off in the distance. Do you want to explain how it looks?
Yeah, so, when Charles is going to cast the Eldritch Blast, you kind of see more of the dust swirl out of the urn on his side, and it condenses and shoots out as more of like an earthen blast of this big earth spike that comes hurtling
Nice.
towards the owl bear and it's rotating.
Yeah. You just hit him like, what does this do? What's this? And like he wonders what the fuck your spell did as we go over to Oscar.
Moving like over here.
Why is it stuck like that? What the fuck?
I don't know. That's fine. Bonus action, spending a Kage point to use dodge.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fine. Action, holding my action to attack the owl bear as soon as it gets next to me.
Sure. Does Charles give an explanation to...
Yeah, I was going to say I'm going to use the reaction. Kenan, you should be pretty safe with that on. Just wait and see what it does.
Okay, that doesn't really
Like,
explain
all
things
right.
for him. No. You said
I
what
mean
you
it
said.
in yes, but out of game terms, I can't say Kenan hold your action.
No, of
in
course you
game.
can't.
So
That's
that is
the-
the intent. Is I want Kenan to hold his action or try to convey to do that.
I don't...
Which I'm unsure how to do in game without it being really weird.
Don't move. Like, what?
Don't just observe the owl
Just
bear
don't
and
do
then
anything.
fire a spell after it does something.
It's already. It's always.
Efficient?
It's always. Everything's happening at the same time, and like it's not like everyone's standing still. Like, oh, now it's moving. Oh, nice. It's just the turn order is weird in how it works. What's flowing?
Yeah,
you know?
he's going to... Why is it getting stuck like that? He's going to move up like into the brambles and be like, this is very bad. And then be like, we have to get away. And Kenan... I guess he's gonna cast something. He's gonna take a step behind and cast a spell. Yeah, he utters a few words, and you can see like a slight sheen on top of him. Yes. Do I have to? Yeah, I guess I do. Oh, why wouldn't just... So 2 plus 9. Cool. And then we go to the owlbear, which is big and angry. And maybe. So it stands on its hind legs.
Do I get my attack?
Wait. And then basically what it does as it's standing on the hind legs is crouch and jump. So it jumps basically straight up and then comes falling with its entire weight down upon Oscar. So, Oscar,
It has
you
it has
can,
disadvantage on whatever
you
it's.
can make your attack first, please.
Okay. Unarmed strike, obviously.
Did you take dodge action?
I took dodge bonus action
Nice.
because I can do that because I'm a
Nice. You hit it, and it makes like a little
You're right in the balls.
sound. And then you can make me a strength saving throw.
Actually, were there balls on it? Yes or no? This is relevant.
You didn't see.
monk.
You can spend an action to find out if you'd like.
Examine
How
it.
do
Look at
I
those
do a
balls.
saving throw? Because if I click
You
strength,
cl-
it's just gonna do a check,
No,
right?
you click it and then choose, and it's gonna say.
Thank you. Yep.
Nice.
Hey!
Nice.
As it lands, it almost knocks you down on the ground, and then proceeds to try to beat you.
Disadvantage. Let's go.
Also,
Advantage.
not successfully, and then proceeds to claw you, and does
Yeah, that one hits.
15 hit.
19 points of damage to you.
Just hit. My AC is 15.
And you rolled
So-
2 7s on 2d8.
And
Jesus.
you can see underneath its beak the blood from various animals. You can also see, like, hanging in the side of its mouth, a part of a deer leg. Then
Oh, that was
It's
the
a
injured
deer-
deer we got
oh.
earlier.
Yeah, that's what
Toss.
attracted it.
Alright, I just have to come up with some really creative use for Phantasmal Force to buy us time to run away. So you're gonna have to give me a second here.
Maybe it'll save. Mm.
It's an int save, so this thing's kind of fucking
Saying it's
stupid.
not smart. It went to the top
Yeah, alright.
university
Actually,
for
Owlbears
owlbears.
Owlbears are actually pretty smart because they're like kind of owls, but so the reason I was alright, can I see if it has balls hanging below it?
no, you can't.
Okay, because I wanted to try to make a female owl bear. There were, or make it think that there was.
He's hungry, not the other one.
Okay, I
Or
want to
it, I
cast
guess. We don't know.
Phantasmal Force on it, and I'm
Sure.
going to try to make it seem like there is another like larger owl bear over here that's peeking out. So it's only 10 foot, but what I want to do is have part of it concealed by the tree, so it can't see like the back half. So it just looks like the front half of a much larger owl bear that's going to have a huge roar.
It's like a Muppet, you only see the top.
No
So-
sound.
It can do sound
There's visible phenomenon.
if you scroll down.
It's,
Yes, includes sounds. And sure, okay, sure.
Other stimuli evident only to the creature.
Sure.
So DC 14 in save.
DC 14 in save indeed. Okay. Is that your turn?
I don't think I can do anything on a bonus action on my turn.
Okay. Sanctuary is now dropped as well.
Oh, if I cast something on somebody, I thought it's if the thing that's on somebody. They
Oh no,
cast
wait.
it.
Sanctuary isn't a concentration spell. Never
It's
mind.
not a concentration spell.
doesn't
yeah.
concentration doesn't it end when the person who has it cast on them
It-
do something violent?
Cast a
On them.
Yes, I believe that Sanctuary.
It's a spell that targets another creature, also.
Yes.
But I thought that that's something Kinnan has to do for it to drop,
Yes.
not something I do.
Kinnan
Oh,
has
that's
to do
right,
it
yeah.
for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Oscar.
Oh god.
But Phantasmal Force is a concentration spell, so it drops, yeah.
No, Sanctuary isn't a concentration.
Oh,
spell.
sorry, my bad, yeah.
That's the thing.
Damage.
Definitely taking my action to attack. So let's start with that.
You punch into the feathers of this owlbear, and it's just fluffy.
I'm
At
also
least
going to
it's
use my
fluffy.
free action to say, if it turns around and looks away, run!
Fuck. I'm struggling between either hitting it twice more or taking the dodge bonus action as a monk. Fuck it, 2 more attacks. Bending Kage, and 2 more attacks.
Roll me a confirm crit fail, please.
That's just a roll d20, right?
Yep. Cool. You do not critically fail. You do manage to land one of the punches. And then what do you do?
I have movement, but I'm just gonna stay put. I want to keep everyone safe. Want to keep the owlbear away from anyone. So as long as I'm standing between it and everyone else, I'm happy.
How does movement out of turn work if, let's say, the owlbear then uses its turn to move away?
I'm not going to let you move on its turn. You guys can move like as long as when we're in this sort of scenario, like yes.
Okay, got it.
Old man starts just bolting as quickly as he can with the fucking backpack, and he's like, well, if you're alive, you can come and collect your payment, and just runs. Kinnan looks at Oscar, looks at the owlbear, and then didn't really explain what it does, so he's going to shoot it with the Ray of Frost. Yep, and he hits. And Sanctuary drops.
Yeah, that's fine. I just figured he'd get one hit. If it hit him, maybe Oscar would probably be able to live. So that was just the goal, was not have him get one hit.
Then he stays put. The owlbear turns around and sees a large owlbear peeking out of the corner. Now, the weird thing here is that when it goes to check, it's gonna see like half owlbear.
But then it has to make it into and be like, what is this thing?
Yes, but that's also the yes, but it's going to, no matter what, realize it's not an owlbear because it's not.
Listen, Tim, it's better than being cornered in a bramble thicket.
It runs up and rakes whatever is in the air and bites it, and it stands there and just like makes all of these weird noises. And then you see it turn back around. I'm sorry. I rolled a fucking 19.
Oh no.
Oh. It turns back around.
Alright, well that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. That's all my spell slots.
Charles?
Run. I can't outrun this fucking thing though.
You can't.
Oh fuck, maybe not then. Alright. I'm gonna use the second extension, have it roll a con save, or just have it start yakking up all the animals it has in its stomach.
Ooh.
Which I think it need DC 15.
No, I don't think you have a DC 15.
Oh, the con save? Oh. Forgot what I have it rolled in there.
12, I believe you have.
12? Constitution is your spellcasting modifier? Oh yeah, I guess it is. Alright, well, that was worth a shot.
Yeah, you still take half the damage. You can roll the 2d8s.
No, there's no damage on it.
No,
We just roll
you,
it.
as I said, you have the 2 options to choose between. The normal Sickening Stench spell, and then
Yeah, I
just
chose
making
the
RP.
not sickening spell. I chose
Every
that.
time you cast it, you get to choose which one you want to choose. So you can
Okay.
make it harmful when you want to do RP things, but you can also make it harm when you mean it.
Okay, then sure.
So 2d8s, please.
2d6 or 2d6.
2d8s.
Mm?
Okay, still 5 damage. You hear Kinnan. I've got something that might make its attacks less heavy, but I don't know if I can. I don't know if. Then we go over to Oscar.
Action combat battlefield medic.
Sure.
To heal
That's-
4 points. It's not much, but it's something. Bonus action patient defense. Again, spending more Kage. Like, find the goddamn thing. So that's my bonus action and action. Movement. Yeah. I'm running.
See you, old man.
I'm sorry, Keenan, but I have... No, actually, no. I'm stepping in front of Keenan.
He says,
And that's it.
worst case, I've got invisibility.
Yeah, but he can only cast it on one person, right? I don't know. I don't know how his invisibility works.
Alright,
That's turn.
Okay. Oh, he runs. Kinnan peeks around your head. I've never done this before. He
got this.
he puts his hands outstretched. Green energy starts gathering. His concentration is as much as possible.
an advantage,
He
Kin.
brings his hands close, but they can't meet. He then extends his palms, and from them, a green ray hits the owlbear as he tries to cast a ray of enfeeblement.
An advantage.
It is not with advantage.
Fuck. I was half thinking about using
should've-
channel points.
No. He should have rolled with advantage because of Tides of Chaos. But he doesn't hit. He doesn't hit.
Oh my god,
And
you
then-
guys, if you kill him...
And then he runs and
Might
he's
kill
like,
all of us. Just don't run away from this thing.
"Ah!" He yells.
I'm telling you right now, if I die, my next character is a bard.
Yeah.
So I can sing the song that Violet hates.
He goes for the obvious threats.
Yep.
Disadvantage.
Yep.
Beaks you in the face. And then disadvantage.
And misses.
Claws you. Nice.
And misses again.
yes.
Beak
Okay.
stuck in a tree?
Oh,
So the 2 things miss. It is not a crit confirm because the other one is an 18.
it took extra damage equal to my
No.
proficiency mod on Ray of
No.
Enfeeblement from the genie thing.
Well, on Ray of Enfeeblement.
Or when I cast my Ray of Sickness, 1 time each turn when I deal damage, I do proficiency damage.
Isn't it you can choose?
It's just once per turn when I deal damage, I can add my proficiency bonus to my
Can
damage.
add, so I'm going to be...
It's a new
no,
mechanic.
yes, it is, but you should know your character, Ben.
Okay.
Okay, Charles.
Okay,
Don't let it kill me.
gonna try not to.
Don't let me die!
Not a crit confirm. We're fine.
Alright,
The Eldritch Blast just shoots out and misses.
I don't
And I
think
think, Charles,
kill
you
you
know
there.
that this is a losing battle.
Yeah, well, I don't know how the fuck we get out of here.
Leave one for sacrificial lamb.
When the old man was
Fuck.
running, did any contents fall out of his pack?
Nope.
Any food or...
Nope.
Damn, if we didn't miss all of our attacks, we actually could have killed this thing.
Yeah. I mean, I missed 2 out of 3 hits last turn.
I
Like, that
missed
was
every
not good.
attack.
If it didn't suck. No, just kidding.
Might have more hit points than you don't know.
Is that your
Alright,
turn?
I have one last. I could run up to its claw and try to turn one of its claws into coins.
It's worn and carried, so no, you can't.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to try to circle behind it. Spread out! Attention! Look at me, you stupid fucking bear! And I'm going to. Can I bonus action, like, kick a rock at it or something?
It's not going to do anything because it's just a bonus action, but thematically, yes. Oscar.
Believe in the heart of the dodge, Oscar.
Believe in the heart. I mean,
I
the
have-
thing is, I'm
I have
running out of
HP.
Kage.
Yeah, I have HP, so we can maybe do things.
Okay, if you have HP, and I can avoid getting hit.
And
Yeah,
we don't miss
bonus-
all our attacks.
Okay, then I'm asking you, since... Should I attack more times?
No, that is
Defense.
up to your character because I have no idea if Tim will actually aggro me or not. That is an entirely different circumstance. Because you are bleeding and it's fighting you, so I'm going to try to get its attention, but if I miss my attack, there's very much no guarantee that I will.
I don't remember how hard owlbears are to kill, and that would be metagaming anyway.
You
Patient
see
defense.
it's still not bloodied. You've
Yeah.
ruffled it a little bit, but...
Bonus
Okay.
action, patient defense, and
Yep.
attacking.
And attacking. Go for it.
Come on.
But by the way, Tim, there's an HP bar below it, so you know.
I know. I added it there so you can see how ish it's doing.
9 damage. not
Nice.
9
bad.
damage.
okay.
Nice. You hit it. And, I mean, it does bloody it a little bit around the beak, but still... Old man just keeps running. Kinnan,
Of course he does.
having tried now to do most things, he shoots up 3 bolts of energy into the air that falls down and all hits the owlbear. Kinnan, just get out of there if you can. And then it's the owlbear's turn. Angry owlbear stands up on its hind legs and slams down on the ground. Make me a strength saving throw, please.
It's expecting that. Why strength of all things? Why
You feel thrown.
strength of all things?
And it is then going to try and eat your neck.
Oh.
You take 7 points of damage as it
that could be way
gorges
worse. That's
into your
fine.
neck. As it is noticing that you are still alive, it starts to tear up your abdomen.
Missed.
You take another 10.
7 damage.
No disadvantage because I took patient
No,
defense.
it is because it has
Prone.
advantage because you're prone, so it's neutral.
Right. Yeah. I'm at 0 exactly.
And
Oh,
you are stable,
shit.
but you're at 0. And we're back to Charles.
kill it. Just kill it. It's
I
fine.
just
Kill it.
have to try to do something about it, I guess.
You shoot out your energy.
Oh wait, that
Why-
should also have my charisma modifier.
Yes, you need to
damage.
add that. So that should be +4. And
Yeah,
then
plus 2.
2.
So,
So
10
plus
damage.
6. 10 damage. Nice.
I'm going to just try to get it in the spot that it already looks a little bloodied.
Absolutely. The problem here is that it's been shot in the front most. And
Yeah.
you just see the
It's a-
feathery back.
You feathery fucking bird! Get here! Fight me!
Kinnan is going to shoot another ray of bolts up into the air and just shoots down into this owlbear. Yeah, we have a problem because it's wounded. It has a thing. It
Oh.
takes Oscar in its beak and then runs.
Oh no.
And it leaps about 30 foot above the brambles. with Oscar in its mouth, and then proceeds to run a total of 100 feet away.
Okay. I think that's still in range of Eldritch Blast.
It is.
You can't see it because brambles.
I can run around the brambles with 30 foot of movement and get sight of it. The giant fucking owl bear.
It is
And
a
I
giant
can see
fucking owlbear.
perfectly in 120 foot. So I'm going to
Sure.
sprint up here and
Come on.
just
I'm going to roll to see how much shit is in the way.
not a
And a
lot.
2 is not a good number.
I'm so
Where
sorry.
I'm trying to find
I'll
where I
make
can
it a
add.
clear
I'm just
bard,
gonna
it's all
and
good.
then,
I'm gonna be all
add the plus
charismatic
four
and
damage.
smooth and shit. It's all fine.
Aw, Violet and the new
Oh,
bard
11
can have a
damage.
sex party.
I should have
I'm
asked
gonna
for a
make him
targeted
asexual
shot to
for
try to
that
like get it in
specific
one of its
reason.
legs or something to slow it, but I didn't call that.
You shoot out the bolt, and it hits it. But it is still alive.
Is it not wounded and struggling to move at this point? If it's
No,
critically
why
on
would
the
it
verge
when
of death?
you are... Why would we implement that for a
I
creature
don't know.
when it's coming away? We have never implemented those things for you guys when you're running away.
Alright, well, let's try to follow the trail of blood.
Come on, Keenan! Magic missile range, hopefully long enough.
If
Yes,
he has
it is,
spell slots.
but he doesn't have any spell slots left.
How far is Firebolt? 90 foot?
He doesn't have Firebolt. And he only has Ray of Frost, which is 60 foot.
Alright, so let's try to track this thing. I want to just...
It is going to kill him.
It's running away with him in his mouth. It's gonna get back to its lair first. He's stable.
And if it's running faster than you guys,
Yeah, it's gonna be too late anyways.
Yeah, it's gonna
No,
have time.
I
to
mean,
munch
we
on you.
gotta try to attempt it at least. I think that it's fucking hurt. Its first thing might not be let's eat the person here. I'm like wounded. It might be like I need to lie down in the back of my cave and not bleed
and
out.
snack on a human while I'm recovering.
It might already be full. It ate a
Might also lead
deer.
him back to a herd of owlbears.
No,
Yeah.
so I would vote that we try to follow it to its lair and see if we can get to Oscar before
Sure.
he gets eaten. If
But I unfortunately think that there's no need to. Because, you know, I just wanted to string you along a little bit. Kinnan uses his sorcery points as a bonus action to turn sorcery points into mana,
What?
and then he shoots out magic missiles.
you're such a dick.
I love that
You're
laugh. I
such a
love that.
dick. I was like, "Are you
Oh.
kidding me? I got him to 1 HP. and
We're
he's
ending the
gonna let us
session.
Try to save him."
As the 3 darts fly out, hitting the owlbear in both the back kneecaps and in the jaw, it drops Oscar and falls to the side, dead.
Oh, are we ending? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Holy shit, yeah, I just have to refund because, I mean, yeah, you didn't do it with style, but I'm sorry, but you still made it. You didn't die. Outright. Cool. So I'm going to see if we have anybody to raid. But meanwhile, tomorrow we are streaming the Aurora Skies on this channel, so please come and check that out. And thank you so much for the raid, for the follows, and for the subscriptions and the cheers. We appreciate it a lot. So thank you everybody for watching, and hope you have a good day, night, whatever.
Bye guys, thanks for tuning in.
See ya.
Have a
Bye-bye.
good one. Bye.